We're live.
Oh, snap.
Wow.
I don't believe
My
it.
audio's working crazy.
I don't believe that either.
You're right, it was a lie. No, it's working.
All a fucking lie.
I don't believe anything till I hear it and see it, and I refuse to look or hear.
Welcome back, everybody. We are back playing basic fantasy role-playing game here on the Defenders of Kobold, our bi-weekly game over here. Let's see. Who remembers what happened last time?
We made it out the pit.
I
Yeah,
don't
we
remember
did.
a thing of what happened last time.
Yep, we made it out of the pit, and we decided that it's still dangerous down there.
It sure is. We came through like a weird portal thingy out in the middle of the desert.
Yep.
Had to make our way back to the mining camp.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we may or may not have sacrificed it.
I'm not sure if Jake heard about that, but
Oh, no, I did.
We absolutely sacrificed it.
He
Yeah.
said,
I
"Use
went ahead and I replaced that character sheet with a new one.
that's good. Yeah, because he's not alive anymore.
Yeah,
You
I will
guys
be playing
stumbled
Jerome
across...
Garfrey this time.
Oh, Jake, you were the meatiest of shields.
Yes.
Actually, it wasn't
you
even
guys
that,
stumbled
he just
across this
said it.
painting that depicted a guy like cutting his arm open.
Oh,
and
right.
then
We
filling
juiced-
a diamond shape like pocket, and then you guys found a diamond shaped pocket, and you used the knife.
10,000.
Right.
We used
Yeah,
all your delicious savory juices.
You guys used that knife, I think, that you found earlier in the dungeon, and the second your blood made contact with that pocket, it like drained the rest of it out of your body
It sucked
and
you
made the
dry.
key for the other part of the room.
Yep. We turned you into our key. Like a
Neat.
fucking Capri
Yeah.
Sun packet that gets
Mhm.
squeezed into a Jello mold.
Which, fun fact, if you would have like bled him into like a cup or something and then poured it in, he would have been fine. But if it makes
Well,
like direct contact,
no half measures.
We basically stood you up on an altar and just slit your wrists, pretty
Yeah.
much.
like
Go on,
immediately
get up
after
there.
gaining control of him.
Yep.
So that was good.
Didn't take
but
long.
you know, it was for a good cause. It made progress.
Yes.
You guys found these weird flesh tentacle things that could imitate human voices, and
God.
even human
They were called
shapes.
fleshicles.
Not canonically, but
Patent
we'll see.
pending.
But yeah, you guys fought him. You found a crystal ball thing that you smashed while trying to open it.
Oh yeah, we had like a treasure chest, and we were like,
Yeah,
"What's in
that
this?
crystal
Sounds
ball was
breakable." And we just
absolutely
smashed the
useless.
chest on the ground repeatedly.
Right.
Until
We
Yeah.
couldn't figure out how to open it.
Then we opened it, and it's just a bunch of broken shards of stuff.
And a sheath for my dagger.
And a
Yeah,
sheath
and
of-
The
she
great
threw your
thing-
dagger.
Is after, the stream was over and it was Joe just talking to us all directly. He was like, yeah, that was a very important plot item. I needed to move you all to the next section of the story.
Yeah,
We broke it.
Glad we could fucking help, man.
This is the first
That's
2.5 minutes of Ace Ventura with that thing.
So Jake leaves. We instantly kill his character and simultaneously break Joe's campaign.
It sounds pretty par for the course.
I mean, I know you guys are going to be doing stuff like that a lot. It just would have been very helpful. So
Next
it
time,
in a
make the
simpler
box
box.
easier to get into.
Now that
I
thing
have a
that
few fail
20 minutes
safes.
is going to take us 6 weeks.
Right. And a little bit less exposition along the way, maybe.
The end
what
will be
I feel bad
abrupt.
about- What I feel bad about is Joe probably had like this whole storyline worked up and like all this exposition and this background and characters and everything. He probably had like 4 pages of stuff written down in a notebook. And the second we smashed that on the floor, he just
Yeah.
crumpled up the 4 pages and chucked them in the garbage.
Yeah, you guys said you picked it up and dropped it, and I was like, well, it's glass.
Well, there went my Wednesday and my
I think
Thursday
it's gonna
and my
break.
Friday.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll figure out another way to pinhole it in. But
They
Yeah.
didn't want it to break. while we were trying to bust open the chest, they should have packaged it better.
Yeah, bubble wrap people. Come on.
Right? I mean, even Amazon can
Yeah.
get it right.
It's true.
Well, sometimes.
They know how those UPS guys treat our treasure chests.
Mhm.
Damaged in shipping. But yeah, so we picked up with you guys making it out. You discovered kind of that these monolith things are like portals in and out of the dungeon, and that there's probably a few of them that kind of resemble that same format here in this area, where you found that there was like this part of the wall that was this weird like black monolith thing that had all these weird ripples in it, and when you threw acid on it, it opened up a portal that let you guys get out, and it teleported you to a matching monolith out in the middle of the desert. And we ended with you guys making it back to the camp, and I think you guys just went to bed for the night, and we were waking up on the next day.
That sounds right.
Yep.
I know we gave them a lot of warnings.
Yeah, you told them not to go in there again, which they didn't really plan on it. They thought you guys had died because it took you several days to get back to the camp, and you said, like, you know, if we're not up in 48 hours, we're probably
dead.
We're probably
And
dead. Yeah, so they were
you
real
missed
surprised.
that mark by a little bit. So they'd already like disassembled the rope wench thing that lowered you down, and they're kind of moving on.
Also made sure to tell them not to trust any sounds or voices they hear from there. It's bad. Tell us if
Right.
they hear sounds or voices.
Yeah. So when we came back to the camp, Jake, I walked up to the guys who were hauling the last of the equipment up out of the pit and just stood right next to them, looking over the side of the pit, like, "Yep, that's a deep pit." Scared the shit out of them.
Mhm.
It was a nice.
Many of them died falling into the pit.
Yeah, it was a
no.
nice. Indiana Jones goes over the cliff with the tank. Nope, he didn't. He's standing right next to you.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of that going on. But yeah, we pick up next day. You guys are in
Oh,
the
what's
camp.
his face wants to talk to us, doesn't he?
Yes,
Guy
Athenheimer.
And we were like, "Fuck you! We want food and water and naps."
Yeah,
Right.
pretty much.
Well, I think he wasn't even at the camp yet. He was out somewhere else. So they
I just
said
remember
he's probably
somebody
gonna want to
telling
talk
us
to you.
that he wanted to talk to us, or he really
Yeah.
wanted to talk. We were like, "Yeah,
One of the
yeah."
guys that was
Food and naps.
packing up the wench thing mentioned that. So yeah,
Later.
it's the next day. You see in the morning as you guys are waking up, a group of 4 people, kind of outfitted in adventure gear, coming back to the camp. And then you see also they're traveling on foot, and you hear a few horses coming. Little fenced-in gate walls open up, and you see Athenheimer with the 3 guards he was with earlier when you guys rode down to the village. So he comes up, he sees that you guys are there, kind of perks up and dismounts from his horse and runs over. He's like, "Oh, I thought you guys died."
Some of us did, just not all of us.
Well, yeah, I see that. He looks at Jake, who I don't think you. I
Looks
guess you
different
guys are
now.
like kind of all traveling all at the same time, but
Yeah, I assume the group at large is traveling,
right.
quote unquote.
So, yeah, yeah. It's like, yeah, I guess there's a few faces missing, but glad you guys made it out
Mine.
alive at least. What'd you find?
Giant tentacle monster that can impersonate other people.
Yeah, it even like reproduces sounds and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Reproduced sounds. Okay.
Tries to like draw you in.
Interesting.
If by
What is
interesting
it?
you mean deadly.
Oh,
Terrifying.
there was a really cool crystal orb,
Oh.
but we accidentally broke it.
Oh.
Somebody broke it anyway.
You
Yeah,
still have
and
the pieces
and a dagger.
No, why would we bring trash? It's still down there.
I thought we brought the pieces with us. For
Did
some
we
reason.
bring the pieces with us?
I
think
think
so.
we maybe shoved them all
Because
into
it
a
was like
bag.
it was in like a leather
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
bag.
I think we put them back in the bag on the off chance that there was some redemption to this crystal ball.
And so you hand him that. He opens it up and he's like, well, it's unusable, but at least the materials could be reforged to make another one. It
There you
wouldn't
go.
really
Or
have.
you got someone you don't like, you grind that shit up and put it in their salt shakers.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do that as well. This is probably a much. That'd be a little bit of a waste, but one possible use, I suppose.
I also got this dagger and sheath.
You mind
They weren't
if I
together for
take a
some
look at
reason.
that?
Sure.
He takes it and pulls it out. Checks it, and he's like, I don't recognize it, but
Me either. I only
Interesting.
recognize it as mine.
I was about to say, cool. Could you not recognize it back out of your hands now?
he says it's in surprisingly
Oh.
good condition for being down there.
And for some reason, the sheath was locked up, but the knife wasn't.
Yeah.
We did
Yeah,
find a
find the
bunch
knife?
of. Yeah, there was a knife. There was a book that was wrapped in twine. There's a bunch of fucking like papers and shit,
some
and
scroll
scroll tubes. Oh, we got a magic wand.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what it does.
He asks to see that as well. The wand.
Sure, you can look at it. I want it back.
He picks it up, looks over it. He says, "This is a wand of acid spray. It looks like it's only got 1 or 2 charges left in it. I'm not sure how often it recharges."
Okay. I got a wizard friend. I'll let him hold on to it.
I'll take hold of the wand.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Also useful
Track
in a
that.
bar.
Yeah.
Going to touch the rod.
Oh, what'd you say, Dan?
Nothing worth repeating.
Okay. All right. He says, "I'm not really one to identify most stuff. I can recognize some wands and their purpose. I've actually interacted with quite a few wands like that one, but the rest, like the books and things, you'll probably have to get those looked at by someone with a little bit more expertise than myself."
You know who that is?
We don't really have anyone in our camp right now. You'd probably have to travel north, quite a ways. Just probably the next nearest town north, which would be back over the border. That'd be about a week from here.
Oh, that's
Actually, that'd
way-
be about 4 days from here, because that would be the town that you guys were in, right at the beginning.
Do you all think it's worth traveling 8 days round trip to see what some fucking papers and scrolls in a book say?
I'm
We'll
not
make
sure.
it bigger eventually. Throw it in the bag.
Okay.
I think there might be some merit in try and actually shut the doors down in this place before these weird little tentacle things just come on up here and start exploring the rest of the world.
It's like, how long were these tentacles? You think they're long enough to come out of the pit?
Forever, as far as we could tell.
Now disappeared into darkness.
As far as we could tell, the portal out of there seemed mechanically oriented to prevent them from leaving by tearing them to shreds if they got into it.
Okay.
We know this by tearing one of our dead friends apart as we sent them through tied to a rope.
Lovely.
By the way, Jake, we did that to you.
Well, no, that was my other
I
character.
assume they were
was it yours?
dead
Oh, I forgot. Okay.
before you threw them through.
Oh yeah, they were
Yes.
dead before we threw
Yeah,
them.
it was a dead compatriot that we used as sort of let's call it a beta test.
Well, strange portals and inside of temples, it's hard to trust them sometimes.
Resourceful, I suppose.
Mhm.
Better than one of you. That's interesting.
We've
Did you
now
see
just
any
showed
other
this man
ways
how-
out of that? Like, where did it come above ground?
I mean, it didn't until you guys put a hole in it.
Yeah. It actually had a magical kind of fucking entrance thing that took us out in the desert a couple days that way.
Yeah, that's, I think, the designed entrance exit only.
Okay. I guess
So that
would
also
explain
means if we can
what-
find other fucking monoliths
Deal.
like that out in the desert.
There might be other places like this.
We actually have found quite a few of those. One moment, and you see him walk over to the crew that's like taking apart the wench still and getting ready to move the drill. You see him talk to them for a little bit. And then he walks over to the tent that the three with the adventuring gear went inside that came back this morning. He pops inside there for a bit. Anything you guys are doing? It's probably he's taking about like probably 4 or 5
Just while
minutes.
they're doing whatever, something that came to my mind is we'll have to go down there and get some more of that acid or whatever, and maybe see if somebody can find a way to reproduce it, or else we'll just have to start like hauling it out there because we're not gonna be able to open up any of those portals without more of this acid.
Well,
Right.
who's to say that that acid is the secret to all of these portals?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it worked on one of them, so
Yeah.
reasons to be able to work on the other for now.
So do we go down from above? Well, we don't have any more of that acid, do we?
Not having more acid.
No, you don't. You had like a container of it that you threw at the portal.
Exit, yeah.
Rip it up. That was all you had. You didn't like collected more of it.
And I think there's merit in going and shutting some of those doors in there.
I mean, if they're gonna set the crane back up for us,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a 20-minute job once we get down there. Just
Mm-hmm.
close all the doors.
Pitting them shut, probably even.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, grab some
You did get
fucking
a
jars of
wand
acid.
of acid spray.
Oh shit.
Oh,
That was what
Maybe
the,
that's our key.
The wand was.
that could very well be.
So let's just cave in this fucking tunnel hole they dig or bored out. And then we'll just acid spray. Or maybe we should go to one of those monoliths,
Test
acid
it first.
spray it, and then see if it lets us in. And if it doesn't, because that's an in and out. We got a spray to get in and a spray to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you go over there, or you would see that the crew that was like maintaining the drill, whatever, they're kind of gathering around the top of the hole, and you see them setting up what look like charges, and it looks like they're going to try and cave the entrance in. So
We can ask them to sit tight on those for just a little bit.
Yeah, give us a handful of days before you do that.
Cap. They say, well, we were told there was something dangerous down there. You said a few days.
Yeah.
Yep. I guess we can keep watch on it in case something comes up.
We may or may not need something from down there to open up the other places like this.
Fair enough. I'm sure Athenheimer wouldn't want to lose like the only way to get into these things. So yeah, we can hold off for a day or two.
Cool.
Or until Athenheimer says we can't anymore.
Yeah, I mean, if it comes
sure.
down to it, do what you got to do. But
yeah, if we see anything coming up, we're blowing it. I'm gonna leave these charges in place, but
That's absolutely fair.
yeah, coming back to a camp full of giant tentacle monsters and dead people wouldn't be fun.
Yeah, those things don't sound fun to mess with. So definitely
like
would
on 'em and
prefer to
stuff.
close this hole.
Just
rather than deal with any of that.
Don't risk seeing them even.
So it sounds.
Don't listen to anything they say.
These things sound horrible. But yeah, they hold off. They're willing to wait to blow it in their gonna kind of watch the hole instead. All right. After that, after you are talking with him, Athenheimer comes back over, and he's got one of those 3 people that came back. And he says, "This is one of my scouts. They mentioned that they've seen quite a few of these monoliths that you've mentioned. We've only seen them above ground. We haven't seen any of these structures underground. We've only heard about them. But we've definitely found 2 or 3 of these around in the area. I think the closest one would be about 2 days straight to the west of here. If you want to check that out."
Cool. Let's go do it.
Yeah, maybe we can go check it out and have someone come with us as like a messenger. If we can get in, then we can send them back and have them go ahead and collapse this thing.
And that's exactly what she's here for. And he points at his scout again. So
Perfect.
she will accompany you out, report whether or not you're able to make it in, and then you guys can go from there.
Cool.
Yeah. I'll ask to, I'll pay you handsomely if you're able to find anything. I'll just ask that anything of note get turned into me instead.
Okay.
Be so kind. Dungeon delving is not quite my thing, but I am definitely interested on anything you might find.
Sure.
Sure.
I mean,
All right.
to a little bit of a degree, useful items may or may not get used.
Sure. Yeah, he's like if it's like a weapon or something, I don't really have much use for that. But if it's more utility in nature, I may want that.
Sure.
Okay.
We brought you a brick. It's a Swiss Army brick.
This brick is
All
great
right.
for all sorts of things: opening windows, opening doors, smashing
Multi-tool.
fingers,
If you get enough of them, you can make a house or a wall.
getting people to talk.
You can
Getting
lift,
people to shut up.
yeah,
Yeah.
lift the corner of an uneven table. I mean, there's lots of things you can do with the brick.
Very utility.
500
All
gold.
right. Yeah,
500
it's
gold.
still pretty early in the day. So he says, like, if you guys want to leave today, if you want a day to prep, I don't really have a time schedule on it.
I mean, let's get ourselves some food and get going.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess
sure.
stock up
Right.
on supplies.
Rations for a handful of days.
Yep. You'd be able to stock up. There's that mess hall tent set up. They're always willing to feed you. And you'd be able to pack up some meals from there.
Yeah, otherwise, I can't imagine that they have a lot of other supplies available here. So
No, it's they're like outfitted for mining, but not really adventuring stuff. Like you might be able to find replacement rope for the one that snapped. But it wouldn't be like the high quality like silk or whatever rope.
yeah,
It'd just be like the
Yeah.
standard.
Get us some hemp rope.
We
New
should probably
10-foot
grab some
pole.
flasks of oil as well.
Oh yeah, we need to stock up on oil flasks. Also, more iron spikes.
Mhm.
They will ask for you to like purchase those. The oil and the spikes they're using them, so they're like,
I
if you,
understand.
they'll ask like book price for them. The rope they'd be willing to give away though.
nice.
Let's see here. Oil is a gold per flask. Iron spikes is a gold per 12.
All right, I'll grab 12 and a flask. If nobody else.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab some of my own. I'm gonna grab 1 thing of iron spikes and 9 oil flasks.
Was it? It was 1 gold piece per oil.
And yeah,
Yeah,
And
I'll-
1 per dozen iron spikes.
All right.
they're worth their weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. They'd probably only sell you 5. Um, instead
Oil
of
flasks.
yeah.
Total, like for
Per
the whole
like
party.
max per person.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
Sold.
yeah.
Have we been paid by them yet for going down there, by the way?
No, I don't think so. Did I tell you? I don't
800 gold
remember.
each.
Infinite.
Yeah,
Just all
sounds
the
right.
gold they have. More gold than we can even carry.
We'll start using it to wedge open doors.
Yeah.
So he did say he was going to pay to have you guys go down, right?
That sounds right. I won't argue with that.
That sounds like cha-ching.
Mm-hmm. I'm mostly thinking about it because I have like no money.
Right. I think it was. I think he was going to give you something like 50 silver apiece.
Okay.
Our lives are so cheap, this son of a bitch.
Yeah, apparently.
But this time he's going to say 150 apiece, but he's getting claimed more stuff because he didn't want anything.
Okay.
This. Oh, and he would have been willing to buy the shards of the crystal ball off you guys for 15 gold.
15. How much is that? There's 3 of us, 4 of us.
Yeah. Can we turn that into 16 just to make it easier
Yeah,
to
let's
divide?
make it 16. Just
So we each
That'd be
get
better.
4 gold.
Yeah.
yep.
Joe, are you counting ammo?
I'm counting it only if you are using it for utility purposes. So
Like the
I'm
Okay,
not
so,
counting
like-
it in combat, but if you're using it to like disarm traps or test things
Okay.
out of combat, then I do
It's-
count it.
yeah, specifically I was talking about. I don't remember how many arrows that came with that short bow we found.
Yeah, if
Mhm.
you're just using it in combat, I'm never gonna make you count it.
Okay.
But you know, if you're trying something out of combat, you do
Okay.
have ammo. Ammo will impact how many times you're able to try something before having to retrieve
Do
your arrows or
they
something.
sell arrows here?
I bet you'd be able to buy some off of somebody.
Okay.
They don't like have a shop that's selling those, but there's enough archers you could probably pay like
Buy some off of someone.
yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go
What's
ahead
book
and
price
just
on
drop.
arrows?
What's that?
What's book price on arrows?
Silver each.
Silver each. They'll do like a 2 to 3, so like 3 silver for 2.
Okay. Just gotta make me do math, don't you?
I think the short bow had like 6 arrows originally with the quiver that was with it.
Right.
It was something like that. It was like
So what
six.
what is the total that you want?
I was just gonna buy 20 arrows.
20.
So
Okay.
30.
Yeah.
Just so in case I do want to
30
use
silver.
them for utility stuff. What's that?
So that'd be 30 silver.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Just
Yep.
so I know.
I have 26 arrows. All right. Yep. Still really early in the morning. Scout's just kind of waiting. You see the scout is dressed like a miner, like the other people in the camp, but they're obviously not outfitted to be one, and they don't really look like the type. Like they look more like an adventurer wearing miner's clothes.
Mercenary.
Yeah.
Well, so you incognito?
A little bit. The locals don't like to see people messing around with things, so I am a surveyor, is what I tell them. But typically we're out at night gathering information on other sites. I mean, I am surveying, but not for mining camps.
Okay. Well, one of these days we might have to think about going incognito as well.
Yeah, the locals are not too happy that we're here, most of them. There's a few in that fringe fraction or whatever that do like us, but most of the others, especially this far north, are not happy.
Those jerks.
Speaking of which, this monolith's kind of in the middle of one of their settlements.
Oh, so like we got to walk down Main Street to get to it?
A little bit.
Wonderful. Maybe we'll
There is
be
a bit
your
of a
friends.
cliff face behind it, so could
We got to shimmy up
potentially
that.
drop down it, and
Oh, okay. Why do people make shit at the bottom of cliff faces? People can drop shit on you. Make shit at the top of the cliff.
well, they don't really use
So
it
you can
for
throw
anything.
people off.
Yeah.
Cuts the wind.
It's true. Yeah. Again, locals don't really like their burial sites here. They've got a lot of superstition and things about it. They pretty much stay away from them. But so this one's kind of just on the edge of town. But if we were to just walk up to it, they would definitely see us, and they would definitely be unhappy that we're in there. So just something
Those
to know.
jerks. Those fucking jerks.
That is what they would say to us.
All right. Well, let's go and worry about pissing them off later.
All right. So, you guys head out. It's about 2 days travel. So, first day goes by uneventful. And it's about midday on the second day that you are about to go over the top of the hill. And the scout kind of tells everyone to slow down. They're like, right over the edge of this hill, we'll be in view of the town. It's a little bit bigger. It's probably 2 or 3 times the size of that one that was to the south of that first camp we were at.
Yeah.
You guys walked up across. So almost 100 people there. Yeah.
So what? That's 25 each.
Yeah.
Depending on how we're feeling that day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I wouldn't want to fight them, but yeah, this is the ridge, so we'll probably want to start heading around the side of it. That or wait till it gets dark. The that cliff faces on the opposite side of the town from the direction that we're coming, so probably want to shimmy our way around. So she veers off and starts kind of heading just straight. So you guys are going west, so she'd just be going south.
Okay.
So
All right.
yeah.
Let's see. Who here is probably the best at vision stuff?
Probably not me.
I'm a dwarf with a -1 wisdom modifier.
All right. Let's see.
I'm tolerably bad at listening.
Let's just do check. Give me a wisdom check.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh, look at that. 16.
Nice. So, check. You see, as you guys are kind of making your way around, you see a bit of like a dust, not really like a cloud, but like a stream of it that's been kind of kicked up in the air.
Okay.
And you notice, like, after a few moments, kind of clicks that might be a cloud that's kicked up from like horses or something coming from that
Right.
direction. because it's moving with the wind. And it's just like barely going over the top of one of the hills that are to the side. So you have a feeling that pretty soon there will be people coming over this hill. And
Where we're at.
yeah, they'd be kind of a ways off, but they'd be able to see you guys where you're at.
We probably ought to hide.
Is there anywhere to
Calling
hide?
out.
Just bury ourselves in the sand like the scorpions do.
Yeah.
There's rocks and things and little like it's a pretty uneven area. So there's a lot of bigger hills, but there's also just lots of like tufts of dirt and rocks and stuff and all over the place. So it wouldn't be too hard to dip behind one of those.
Use our elven cloaks. Oh wait.
Yeah. Let's give who's probably the worst at hiding?
I'm all right at hiding.
What would we roll on a hide check?
Dexterity.
Yeah.
It is not me who's the worst this time.
I don't think I'd be the worst.
I wouldn't be good at it.
It's Jake.
It's Jake.
Jake, give me a dexterity check.
All right.
I should have said me.
Mm,
Nice.
Goodness.
Hey, there you go.
Feeling good at hiding tonight, though.
Yep.
he was hiding before he got here.
Chuck, you give the warning. Everyone kind of dismounts or pulls their horses to the side. And you're able to dip behind the terrain. After a few moments, about a minute goes by, and you see a group of 3 horses come up over the hill, and they're heading towards the village.
Well, my point. That's good.
How much fire are you starting tonight?
No, most of it stayed where it's supposed to be. Anyway, good thing we didn't get caught.
F and J keys on your keyboard now no longer work.
Yeah. It's not the worst thing I've spilt in that.
Probably not. But yeah, so you guys are able to dip out of. You're pretty confident they don't see you, and they don't really change their path or anything. They kind of just head straight towards that village. As they're like, it's kind of almost like a valley because there's a hill farther off that they rode over, and then there's a dip, and then the other hill that goes over, and you were told the other side of it's the village. So as they're getting like closer and going up the slope towards the village, you're able to see that they resemble the natives that you've seen earlier, just by the way that they're dressed and things. So looks like they're from the town returning or something. But they,
Well,
Pray for the best that we weren't seen by them.
probably.
I'd hate to have to kill 3 more people.
Yeah. If we're not getting paid for it.
Yep. All right, guys, pick back up.
Can I say that out loud?
Continue around. It's pretty uneventful. Making your way, you're taking a pretty wide swing on it, and it's almost like right at the end of the day that you're getting up on top of this ledge, and it's probably like right as the sun's like about to go down. There's probably like another hour or 2 of daylight. And you are able to kind of set up a camp here at the top.
Is this like monolith kind of in a part of town, or is it just close to the town where you'd have to go through town to get to it? Like, is it kind of isolated a little bit? Or?
It's at the bottom of this cliff face. I honestly think we wait till sundown. Then we rappel down this cliff face.
And hope no one shoots our robes.
God, wouldn't that be irony?
Yeah, that's the thoughts playing through my mind right now. It's like,
Either that or we just try
Normally
to
that'd be an
fucking.
improbable feat, but you've seen it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either that or we sneak through town once it's sundown. Or it's a great idea here. We go to the opposite side of town. We start a fire. Everyone gets distracted.
We just go and start fires.
Well, not fires, one
It would come
fire.
in from the other side.
And then we come in from the other side. We like find an old barn or some shit. Fucking torch it. What are these houses made out of?
Mostly like mud and dirt, but they've got a lot of like that those kind of like thin spindly trees that grow in deserts.
Yeah.
They're more like willow bushes. Like it's a lot of that kind of packed around dirt. The thatching in the roofs is definitely flammable, but the walls not so much. Probably the contents inside of them are flammable as well.
Yeah, I'm hesitant to like really piss them off because we still have to like come out of here also.
They resemble
Yeah,
definitely
you're
more
right.
like huts.
Yeah. And then especially once we're inside, I mean,
Straight stealth may be our best option.
yeah. Let's
We
just
won't-
see.
We won't know what time it is when we come back, probably.
Yeah. Let's just see if we can follow the base of this, this cliff here and sneak along it
Mhm.
and do that.
Okay. Alright, so none of you have really like looked at the layout of the town yet. You're just basically on the back side of this cliff. So
Yeah, I figure
Um,
once it gets a little closer to night, we can try and peek out just a little bit.
Yeah.
okay. Sure. You
that
guys
way we
wait
can
till
actually know.
yeah. You guys wait till nightfall. Sun goes down. You're able to climb up to the kind of the edge of this cliff face. It's not as sheer of a drop as the other one by the mining camp was. The mining camp is almost just like a vertical wall. This one's more of just like a really steep slope.
Okay.
So you'd almost be able to like slide down it without a rope. You wouldn't be able to climb back up, probably. Rope will definitely help, but it's not just like a straight fall. And as you peer over, you see there's a much bigger town than the one that you saw south of that other mining camp. It's kind of in a few like clusters here and there, a little bit more spread out. And then you see there's a bit of a distance between this like this old ruin site that resembles the one that you guys came out of for the previous dungeon. There's probably a good buffer of like just an opening between the town and that.
Okay.
And then there's another buffer between that and the cliff. So it's just kind of out in the open on its own.
Isolated a little bit.
Yep.
Maybe we can keep an eye on it and see if people come to and from it at all, or if they like patrol around it or anything. Because if not, then it might just be a matter of we'll put a rope down and maybe we can kind of just bury the rope. Whoever is last down can just kind of bury the rope on the way down.
Sure. Yeah, the
Well,
soil's kind of
then,
loose on the side of this. It looks like it doesn't look like a hard rock face, so it probably wouldn't be too hard to just like push it in as you're climbing down.
That way we have a way back out later.
Sure.
Okay.
And the scout just kind of climbs to the top and sits down. They're like, "I'm just here to see if you guys can get in, and then I'm heading back."
I understand.
As we came
All
across
right.
this site probably about a week ago, and are scouting into the area. Pretty much like the other ones, locals don't seem to like it, but they also don't like people coming near it.
Mm-hmm.
So you watch it for a while, Dan, because you were wanting to see if like anyone walked into it or not.
Or just
Um,
around it, that might happen to walk where we're gonna go.
Right. You do see there's a few people that are out like after dark. The most of the people are inside their homes, and you can see like lights and things coming through the thatching and the roofs. And slowly those are kind of winking out as you're waiting longer. But you do see kind of on the edge of town by the ruins, not like the edge of the town that's facing the ruins. You see a few people walking about that are still up.
Like they'd be patrolling or just up and out.
They're like outside, kind of in the equivalent of like their patio area, I guess, of the front of their house. There's like a
Oh, okay. So they're just out.
yeah, they're out in front of their house.
Well, do we want to give it a little bit more time, or do we want to try and get moving?
Is it is it dark?
It's getting pretty dark, so there's just like the slightest bit of light. Um, it's not a full moon right now, but it's almost close to it, so you're able to see a little bit.
Yeah. Well, if they're on patrol, it would be safe to assume they're going to patrol all night.
Well, he said they're basically just sitting on their patio, right?
Yeah,
Let's give it another hour then. That
Okay.
doesn't hurt.
give it another hour. The sunlight's completely vanished. It's just purely moonlight now, and right towards the end of that hour, they go inside their house.
Good, good,
You
good.
don't see anyone outside.
All right. Let's get our plan in action.
Yeah, I figure we could
Okay.
put a rope down, and as like every person goes down, maybe we can kind of make a little bit of a little trough as we go down, so the rope has somewhere to go. Just push a little dirt aside, and then the last person down, you can just start tucking it back
Sure.
over.
You grab like a stick or something that you drag along as you're climbing, something like that. Wouldn't be too hard to do that.
Cool. Sounds good to me.
All right. So got his
If we
anchor
want, I can be
rope
the
in
last
place
one
up
down.
top. Sure.
Yeah, I think that way we have a way, hopefully, to come back out without having to
Right.
go through the town.
Yeah. Would that be? Give me a wisdom or a dexterity check on burying that rope there, Dan.
Okay. Let me do a dexterity check.
Yep.
Oh, we don't have any rerolls, do we?
Yeah.
Do we have
Does he
one?
just pull more rope out of the hole?
We
Yeah.
have 3 rerolls. You want to use one?
Yeah, I'm definitely
I-
using one.
I picture you like getting to the base with the one, and like you've laid it in, and then you pull it taut, and it just pulls out of the groove the whole way up.
This turns into an entire 7.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like free hanging, but it's pretty much just like laying on the side of this mountain. You don't feel very confident that it's hidden, but it's not blatantly obvious unless someone comes over here.
I don't know if somebody else wants to try and do a better job at this than I did, but
Good enough for today, right?
Sure.
If we try to be quick, maybe get out before sunrise.
that's true. Maybe it won't be a problem.
All right. So you guys make it down, and you see the scout up at the top. Just give a thumbs up at you guys, and they're kind of plopped, sitting on the edge, waiting for you to make it into the ruins. There's not really like an entrance to the ruin, so most of these ruins kind of look like there was some stone structure at some point that was built up, but it's kind of crumbled over the years, and bits of the wall have fallen through. So the back, like facing wall, is kind of half of it left diagonally, and it's facing. And if you kind of like circle around the right side of it, as you're making it to the right side of this building, you're able to see this monolith kind of freestanding, a little bit off kilter. Looks like the foundation of it sunk a little bit into the sand. But you definitely see another one of these monoliths that you're familiar with.
All right. Well, let's go spray it up with some acid, I guess.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
Jake, I'll let you do the honors.
Magic man.
I'll spray it.
All right. Jake, as you walk in and you are holding this wand, you hear like wood on stone behind you. Just kind of this quick tap.
I'll tap it. I'll try to tap the stone. I don't know.
So it's coming from behind you. So like you come in, you see the monolith, you're holding the wand, and you hear it like from the opposite side, like behind you. So this would be like the side of the ruins facing the town. You just hear like this wood on stone tap.
Maybe I'll go take a peek around the edge real quick and see what I see.
Right. You hear this elderly voice call out, "Hello, someone there?"
Do I see an elderly person?
Dan, as you kind of peek around the side, you see there's like kind of this archway into the ruins, and there's like this really old. You can't really see them too well because it's dark, but just from their posture and their stance, it looks like this really old person. You'd guess between their 60s and 80s, just clutching on a wooden staff that's kind of clicking as they're walking along. And they're in the doorway calling out.
I'll maybe just tell everybody to just like, and we'll just wait just a little bit, and I'll just kind of keep an eye on them.
Okay.
And see if they just keep repeating this behavior or if they go away.
Yeah, I'll just try and. Is this person? If I turn to see this person, are they looking right at me or?
So when you turn around, there's kind of like a pillar that's in between.
Yeah,
you
we're
and
like
the doorway.
separated by a wall
Yeah.
at this point.
So there's some rubble and stuff that's obscuring the vision, but it seems like they heard you walking in. So you don't see them like.
In that case, I'm just gonna T-Rex it and just be perfectly still and hope they don't notice me.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what I'm signaling for. Is let's all T-Rex this.
Okay.
I should have done this instead, probably.
Yeah.
The
All
T-Rex
right.
signal.
Yeah. You all freeze like the Buseys and Jakes.
Hopefully,
thing,
we're
but-
freezing better than they are.
Yeah, in that pose. But yeah, so you kind of freeze in place. Why don't you give me like a dexterity check there, Jake? All right.
So apparently, I jump up and down.
Yeah, so Dan gives you the signal to freeze, and you do that, but you kind of like scuffle your feet as you're getting into a pose to freeze. And you definitely make these
Why are we
audible...
posing to freeze? Freeze.
As you go to hide or whatever, you definitely make some sound with your feet. You hear the voice call out again at that. And Dan, you see them take a few more steps because you're like around the side and you're looking at the doorway. You can see them in it. And you hear them say like, "Someone there," and they step inside. You don't see them anymore by the doorway.
Can I make a cat sound or a dog sound or something?
I was going to
Sure.
suggest caw.
Yeah.
Bird
That'd be
sound.
a-
Bird sound.
Charisma.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, I got a +1 to charisma. Hell yeah.
Let's
Nice.
roll that.
Oh, that's an 8.
Okay.
Bird sound.
Meow.
This is technically an opposed check.
Ooh. Jake audibly says, "The cow goes moo."
So you let out a. I mean, you could tell you were trying to make a cat sound, but it's not super convincing.
Thankfully, the old man's deaf too.
They are
Hence
an old
why
man.
he's screaming at the top of his lungs, "Is somebody there?"
They did have a significant detriment to their discerning skill because of that, but they rolled pretty high. So they call out, "Jacob." Or actually, that's not supposed to be your name.
Wow.
Holy shit.
This shit just
God.
broke all the fucking walls.
Yeah, no. It's funny because I made that character's name, and I forgot that's your name too, Jay. We'll just change it. It'll say, like, Timmy,
Wow.
are you out here? Is that you? And you hear, like, the staff walking again, clicking against the stone.
Timmy's stuck in a well.
Well, either we try and hide or we just go for it and just no one believes the crazy old man.
Yeet it.
I'll
You
like
can see
point
it looks
behind
like they're
and
trying
walk,
to, like,
or just
walk further
point
into
at the
room.
wall.
I'm going to suggest a potentially unpopular option. What if we take him with us?
Oh, that wasn't what I had in mind.
He will go missing. So if we take longer than just tonight, somebody will notice. I assume.
That seems like probably a bad idea.
If
Considering
we
how many
take
people-
them with us, we just, leave them by the door like, hey, you're trapped here until we come back. Shh. Don't fucking move.
No, we just take him through the portal and they go meow and wander off.
I was saying like we just karate chop them and they
Point
find
him
it.
down a hallway, check for traps.
You hear the voice calling again. Timmy, I better not catch you in these ruins again. Get back home. And you hear him, like, yelling that and tapping his staff against the wall.
All right, let's just like make some noise, like going off towards the town or something like that. I'll just try and like loudly run that direction and then try
Sure.
to come back.
I think that's another charisma.
Oh, why would it have to be charisma? God damn it! I'm trying to move.
It's like
Man.
deception.
Charisma.
Trying to move loudly.
You're trying to move loudly, but also convincingly. But hey,
Okay.
you give a convincing.
Technically a 16.
Okay. Still, that's pretty good. You give a convincing, directional sound of footsteps.
Plus, I'm probably
running towards
childlike
you.
sized, so
Yeah. So you you run off towards the town and then kind of circle back, but you feel like that was pretty convincing. Also because you hear the old man turn around and they're like, "I knew I heard you," and he walks out and see him go through the doorway.
Walks directly
this,
off
like-
the side wall of the temple and falls and breaks his hip.
No. You hear him calling more and more faintly, like, "Timmy! Timmy!" And he seems to be walking back towards the town.
perfect. Poor Timmy is never gonna know what happened to him tomorrow.
Timmy, wait for
Yeah.
me. I can't see anything.
Timmy-
Yeah,
He's
Timmy's
grounded.
about to catch a whole bunch of shit for no reason.
Oh, we just fucked Timmy's life up.
No dessert for you, Timmy.
Oh, poor Timmy. If they catch us when we
Alright.
come back, just be like, okay, we get it. We weren't supposed to be here. We apologize profusely. Also, which one of you is Timmy? We are so sorry.
But all right, yeah, you feel like now the old man's gone. You look back, you see the smile.
Hooray! We did it without even murder.
Wow.
Shoot.
Go
There
ahead.
goes
Wow.
our trap tester.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we'll have plenty of those. You want
Yeah,
to do the
better luck next time.
All right,
Garfrey?
so you've got your wand there, Jake.
Yeah. I will.
Those
I
are
don't
down.
know exactly how to utilize it.
It's
Point the
just an
business
action.
end
If
away
you know
from
what the
you.
wand is, you can just use it as an action. I'm assuming your magic user is familiar enough with like basic wands and things
Wandery.
to use it.
How do wands work? You just like
would
shove
say-
it.
Let me check my spell book, chapter 1, wands.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Start by pointing the business end away from you. If you're unsure, point it horizontally to your left and right.
Better check
Yeah,
to make
also,
5. Point it straight at your eye.
I'll turn the safety off and pull the trigger and activate this wand.
All right. So you cast the wand at this monolith. You see this beam of like green light come out, and it kind of like almost like shotgun blasts at the end of it, and spreads in this big green spray. And as it splashes against the monolith, some of it goes like around the sides and hits the sand around it, and it kind of starts sizzling and crackling. But all of the acid that makes contact with this monolith sticks to it, and then does kind of the same thing where it sparks and has this weird reaction with the stone as the stone crackles, and you see these sparks turn into this purple light with this kind of darker, almost black outline, and see another portal form on it.
Who wants to go first?
Look
Not
back
me.
to the others and give a thumbs up.
And I go.
All right. Chuck's the first one in.
Yeah, might as well.
I'll wave at the guy at the top of the hill.
Okay. Yep. You signal to the scout up at the top of the hill, and they give 2 thumbs up, and they go back down.
All right, I'll go in next.
All right.
Yep, I'll go next.
Jake, as you're about to walk through, you hear what sounds like footsteps, very quick.
I will also go into the portal.
And as you like kind of look around at that, and you turn back and look at the portal, you see like a very small figure running at the portal and diving through.
No.
I'll pull out my knife and be like, "No, you back away right now."
You follow in after it.
It's Timmy.
Yeah.
Freaking Timmy.
Better not be Timmy hanging around this monolith.
So you jump in, Jake, and you guys appear in this room. Let me move the.
I mean, he's going to have to appear among the rest of us, so.
Go.
Dang it, Timmy.
So 4 of you are in this weird kind of like T-shaped room with a pillar in the center of it. You each get in. Looks kind of similar architecture to the previous one, but you all pop in one by one. As the 3 of you are waiting for Jake to come through the portal, you see this small child pop out of it, and immediately go like, "Whoa! Where is this place? Who are you guys?"
We got our trap tester.
I am glad you're here, buddy.
I come running in with a knife. "You get out of here!"
Yeah, Jake, you
Get
jump
off my
through,
lawn.
and you see a small child that just seems awestruck. He looks to be like one of the natives. Yeah, he resembles them, and he's wearing kind of that clothing. So appears to be like one of the kids from the village.
God dang it.
Oh,
You're not supposed to be here, and neither are we.
Yeah, really.
yeah. So listen up, kid. Here's how it's going to work. You can either stay in this room until we're done here, and you will be safe and you will survive, and we will take you back out when we leave.
He's just like looking around constantly. He's like not making
Or-
contact with you at all.
You
Yeah.
can move through with us. You'll get to see cool stuff. You'll
You'll
probably die. And if you don't, you might have
That
some
sounds
cool.
awesome. Who are you guys?
We're
We're horsemen of the apocalypse as far as you're concerned.
yeah, we're structural inspectors. We have to go around to all these old ruins here
Yeah,
and make
you
sure
wouldn't
they're
believe
still
all the code violations you find in places.
so
like
many like
Health and
Our
safety.
group is called the Ancient Monsters. So just remember, if you ever have to tell any grown-ups about what you saw here, the Ancient Monsters were here.
Okay.
Mhm.
That is genius.
that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. So many code violations. So we're
All right.
gonna have a long report probably at the end of this place.
Well, Timmy,
Mhm.
let's get busy exploring.
Welcome to the ancient
All right.
monster.
He seems
Do we want
really
to tie a rope to
giddy.
him?
He's just kind of like running figure eights around you guys, and
Definitely
Oh,
not.
this kid's fantastic. First
Boy,
trap we
he's
come
gonna-
across, he's gonna trip
He's
it. No
gonna
problem.
last for like 8 feet at this rate.
If he's tied to a rope, he's going to last for 8 feet. Then it's going to drag us in too.
I mean, like a
It's
little
pretty
more
small.
tired than that.
he looks to be probably around like 9, 10 years old.
Oh,
I mean,
Christ.
like tie his feet, tie his hands, tie his arms, like
But
just.
you just want to tie him up and leave him here.
Here's the thing
or,
about kids.
or we could
here's the
tie him
thing
up and roll him down hallways like a bowling ball.
If he's
I'd
9
pull
or
him.
10 years old, he's probably pretty small, pretty quick. He might not be that bad at getting around traps.
No,
I'll
he's
tell you
got-
what, we'll tie, you
Come on.
use our rope to tie a harness so we can keep a hold of him.
Yep.
And if we see like he's about to die, we'll just yank the rope and pull him back towards us.
All right.
Cool.
I'd strongly
Okay.
encourage him not to go in front of the 10
Who's holding the
pole.
rope?
Not
I'll
it.
hold the rope.
Okay.
That kid probably is the same size as me,
All right. Chuck is holding
and I
the
have a
rope.
negative strength modifier.
It's fine. I mean, like, it's fine.
Here, let's give him a torch too. You hold this.
Yes. Also, it is very, very dark in here.
Yeah.
Like,
Here you
guys
go,
have
kid.
your torches and light sources, but there's no light other than that.
And this is
I'll
the
light a
dungeon where
lantern.
Joe starts using magical eye traps.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds bad.
I have used them many times before. It's just a magical eye where as soon as it sees light, it sets off a trap.
Ah, I see.
It's disconcerting that he's not arguing with you.
He would never give away those secrets. He's like, shit, that's a good idea. Let me add that.
Yeah, that's why he's
Magic eye
quiet.
traps incoming right now.
Okay.
They're all
so
child-proof
as
too.
you come to
Oh, God.
here, you see what looks like a hallway, and then immediately to the left and the right are 2 rooms, and then it looks like at the end of the hallway, it kind of opens up into a bigger room. Actually, I didn't reveal that quite right. Let's do this.
Oh, we didn't ask you your name, but is your name Timmy? Pretty sure it's Timmy, isn't it?
He's like, yeah, I'm Timmy.
Great.
Knew
Great,
it.
Timmy.
Look at our amazing
What's your name?
ancient monster mind powers that we could guess your name.
Wow.
Very cool. I'm Torg.
Torb.
I was
Torg.
gonna tell him our names are too terrible to hear.
I don't give a shit. This kid's not making it through this thing alive. So I mean, like, at least he can know our names.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably right.
I said that out loud, dude, just so we're all clear.
And I'm agreeing with you out
He
loud.
doesn't seem to make any connection to that. He's just excited. He's, kind of running around in place almost a little bit and just looking around constantly.
Where the shit did this little shit find shitting sugar in the middle of the shitting desert?
Mhm.
Well, we thought Timothy or little Timmy was gonna be in trouble when that old man found him, but he's in really trouble now because he found us instead.
Yep.
That old man will never find Timmy.
Yeah.
You really lost him. Yep. But yeah, so Timmy's by your side, Chuck.
Matter of
you
fact,
direct
just
him to
give
do
him a
anything,
10-foot pole
or-
and just tell him to just wave
Say
it
that-
around everywhere.
You've got a small child on a leash. Are you directing
Sure.
him anywhere or just...
Yeah. Go
We
up to
are
that
white
first
parents at the
intersection.
supermarket.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go up to the first intersection, kid. Tell me what you see to the left and right.
I'll give him a 10-foot pole to just wave around wildly. Just hit
He's got
everything.
a 10-foot pole and a torch. He's gonna have to use 2 hands for this torch, man.
Yeah, he's
he?
he's gonna have to hold one or the other. The 10-foot pole is like
Okay,
heavy
well,
for
maybe-
him. He's like
Okay, well-
dragging one end of it if you give it to him.
Now he's got this torch. Go up
Okay.
to the first intersection. Tell me what you see to the left and right.
It's like, okay. And so he runs up. As soon as he steps,
First trap.
right here, you see
Sounds-
the ground kind of open up.
Can I make a save to see if I can yank him out of that?
Sure can.
I mean, I assume he's at the end of the leash at pretty much all times. So, I mean, in theory, he shouldn't fall too far.
You want death ray?
Oh, one sec.
Yeah.
I sent that to the wrong layer. There we go. See a spike pick open up as he steps on it, and the ground kind of falls away. It looks like it was a bunch of like brick tiles and things that were held together just barely, and it just crumbles to nothing. So yeah, give me a death ray save.
Sure, there we go.
So you pull the rope taut, and Timmy screams as the ground falls out, and you catch him just before he hits onto the spikes, and he drops the torch. And it goes in between the spikes, and his shriek goes to just maniacal laughter as he's giggling at the end of this rope, and
You owe us for a torch, you little shit.
That torch was valuable.
But
Unlike you.
is giggling, suspended a few feet above these spikes, and then he's kind of like
I'm
reaching
tempted
up
to
the
cut
rope,
this
trying to
damn
pull
rope.
it.
I'll pull him
I
back
was
out.
gonna say, I'm tempted to just have you like let go of it if he keeps laughing.
You know what? Timmy's already proven himself useful. That could have been me.
Just let it tickle him a little bit. Just one of the spikes.
No, I'll pull Timmy up.
All right, you're able to pretty easily. Seems
Soft
pretty light.
poke.
Well, I was closest without going over. I said 8 feet before the first trap. So,
Dan wins the pool.
Okay.
Well, there, ladder man. Why don't you get us a path across this here pit?
do we want to go straight across or do we want to check the sides first?
We can just walk across it and look to see if there's anything down the sides.
Yeah. Gosh, I was thinking about just putting it like across here so that way we can have access to that right side and across.
Sure.
Okay. So you put it down there. As you walk across, you see the room. It's kind of like a big square opening.
Anything of note that we can see in it, or
Don't see anything in it.
I might, tap my 10-foot pole a little bit around here and then take a step in. Oh, oops, I'm
You
still
tap
in
your
freehand.
pole where?
Just on the squares right by the entrance here.
Okay. So you tap your pole there, and as you do, the ground right next to this, right here, slips down slightly, and you hear a click as a familiar scent and sight of a fire charge goes off in that room. And you see this
Pew,
big
pew.
gust of flame as the whole room ignites.
Jesus Christ, overkill.
Wow.
It is at this exact moment that I lean in over to Garfrey and pull out a gold coin and just go, gold piece says the kid doesn't make it through 3 more traps.
You're on.
Then the flames
And
turn
shake
off.
and awake.
If I just kind of peek in there just so I can get this little corner opened up here.
Sure.
Oh shit, I missed. Lollygagger's done raided us.
Yep, they did.
Oh, sweet.
Hey everyone, thanks for the raid. I hope Jeff was successful in making you all insane.
Is it just an empty room?
So you see the corner. The only thing that looks like is over here is just like a small pile of bones. It looks like a few bones and a skull sitting on top of it.
Oh, somebody done goofed up.
And it's
It-
torched pretty badly.
For
Just for
anybody
fun.
who's just joining us, we have gone through a magical portal into an ancient dungeon,
Mhm.
through which a
child.
sugar-riddled 9-year-old child followed us, who we've now tied to a handmade leash, and we are sending him ahead to trip traps for us.
I mean, we
Jake
didn't
and
even
I have
ask him to. He volunteered.
Yeah, we didn't ask him to. He's just running around crazy.
Yeah, I tried to get him to leave, but you know what? He didn't want to, so now he's going in before us.
Yeah.
Mhm,
And now
mhm.
Jake and I have a betting pool on how long he'll last. Now you're up to
If he
speed.
lasts more than 3 traps, I'll get a gold.
Gold piece.
I'm gonna try and load this in Jake's favor at the moment because I'm gonna tap the floor over here and see if it activates a similar trap over on this side.
All right, you do so. Same exact thing. So you tap the tile there,
Mhm.
and another gust of flame erupts, filling that entire room. And after a few moments, it dissipates.
Okay. And just for thoroughness, I'll go ahead and tap on the other side of the ladder.
Okay. Tap on the other side of the ladder. Nothing happens.
Okay. Oops, I'm dragging part of my ladder. All right, I'll go ahead and come across.
Okay. You make it across.
If he makes it across safely, the kid and I will cross too.
Okay.
I will follow swiftly behind. Not so swiftly, carefully behind. But I want to make sure I'm close behind the kid because at some point I may give him the boot.
You may help him fail.
I may help him with my wager.
Sure.
If it looks like nature isn't doing the job.
Okay.
Gonna nurture him right into a trap.
Well, lead the way, Clooney.
I was gonna let the kid go again.
All right, kid and I move forward. He's in front of me like 15, 20 feet.
Okay. He's just running around in front of you. Here, let's make a token for him. I'll give
Tell us what you see, Timmy, when you see it.
here. Let's do this. This is Timmy.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Token. I don't know how visible that is.
That is a fetus, Joe.
It's about the right size for Timmy, though.
There
Yeah.
we go. There
There.
we go.
It's not sized right for oh well.
It's fine. He fills up a tile.
Yep. And then I'll give this to Chuck since you're holding on to him.
Sure.
You should be able to move that. You've got a rope on him. And mechanically, the farther out you have him, the more difficult it's going to be for you to save him.
Okay.
But the safer you are from the trap.
Okay, I'll go for that, 10 to 15 foot.
Okay.
Dope on a rope.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Why is he upside down?
you guys
The
walk
worst
up.
thing. Oh no, I can't ride him.
Doesn't matter. He's fine upside down. He's probably walking on his hands.
He's walking on the ceiling.
I wouldn't
Oh,
put
yeah.
it past him.
We keep moving forward.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So you see this is a bit of a wide hallway here. And then you see into this next room here. There's like a small opening Looks like it kind of splits. See, it goes. You can either head to your like east on the map here or south.
Technically, to the left is the way to go, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm debating,
Mhm.
open for input here, breaking our rule and keeping our hand here on this west wall.
Okay. I mean, it's technically the left wall.
Yeah. And that way we can just kind of follow the exterior of the dungeon, treat it maze style.
I'm
All
with
right,
that.
Timmy, head that direction.
Okay,
It makes our Timmy path, our Timmy GPS easier too.
sure.
Tim.
He's running
Tim.
around, just excited. He's kind of zigzagging a bit as he's just running around.
Good,
and
good, good.
I
He
don't know,
might be
walls, but
drunk. I don't know. Timmy's all over the place. He's upside
He
down.
just seems
He's been drinking
excited,
constantly.
happy.
What do they feed you in this town?
Cocaine.
Just pure white gold.
Pure white gold.
I mean, the way he's acting, I wouldn't doubt it.
Hoover and Schneef.
All right, you inch your way up. You see this hallway kind of opens up like this. It kind of narrows down right there, and then
All right.
opens up into a bigger room.
We keep Timmy moving.
So it's right when Timmy steps there that you hear like a mechanical clink.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Mhm.
Okay.
As
The penitent man. Timmy, the penitent man.
this
About
like
to be
sickle
on his
blade
knees.
rotates out of the wall, almost like dead center of Timmy's head level.
Take a little off the top, why don't they?
He needed a haircut.
So give me
I didn't
a
want to say anything.
death ray.
Yep.
check.
Okay.
Wow, wow.
I'm actually pretty good at death ray.
So you yank him,
Trap down.
and he flies back towards you as this scythe goes and clicks through the wall. It looked like you don't see it stop on the wall. There's just a slit that it rotates through, so you don't see it
Disappears
anymore.
back into.
That's one.
I kind of grip my teeth a little bit.
Clooney, why don't you move on up there and see if you can find the trigger for that that trap.
Oh boy. That's a 30% chance for me to do that.
Sure.
So I assume we'll just go with like 1 to 30 or whatever.
This might be one that I have to roll.
Oh,
It
I
is,
think
yeah.
you're right.
GM rolls.
Are you still playing Clooney, Dan?
I am.
Okay. I thought he was dead.
Not yet, but probably here in a minute.
So, so I think the way you do this is you can either decide to do a d6 roll or your thief skill.
At
A
this point, I
D6 roll is 1, right? 1 out of 6.
think it's
Yeah.
1 out of 6 on the D6 roll. My thief skill is 30, which is
So-
basically 2 out of 6. Not quite, but it's closer than 1 out of 6.
I don't know. I don't do math.
You just roll a percentage die then?
Yeah,
Have Joe roll it.
it's
Yep.
the remove traps.
Okay, so you said
skill.
it's 30. So
30,
we're
yeah.
aiming, we would want to roll below your 30 then.
Yeah, I figure that's the easiest way.
Okay. You don't see any traps. You don't see any mechanism that would trigger a trap.
Wonderful. Well, Since I'm not smart enough to see it, I'll just start tapping with my 10-foot pole instead.
Yeah. So you start tapping away. And then when you tap this tile, same thing, that blade comes out.
Your pings aren't
Tile
showing up.
blade.
Oh.
Probably
I was
on the
doing
wrong
that for Bert
layer
the
or
other
whatever.
day.
I was on the wrong layer.
Oh, this one on the right
So-
side.
Yeah, so when you hit that first tile there, like all of these ones seem to be fine. When you hit this tile, same thing, the sickle pops out.
Okay. Well, just for fun, I'll hit the center and then this left one here and see if there's a corresponding blade on the other side.
So you hit the center, and right when you do that, you see another sickle pop out of that side of the wall, and both of them trigger.
Oh.
And they both just barely miss each other at the center.
How high off the ground are they? Could we reasonably just crawl underneath them?
Yeah. So they are right at Timmy's head level, which is probably like just under, like around waist height for most people. So they're probably like 3.5 feet off the ground.
Well, if we get some iron spikes and spike those pressure plates down, sure, the blades will be always active, but we'll know what we need to crawl under. And then
Yeah.
also, if we need to retreat from something coming for us, coming at us, we tuck and roll under it. Hopefully it doesn't know to tuck and roll and it just runs into the blades.
It's possible.
Are these, I guess I'm picturing they're like rotation, like saw blades that keep going. Are they like that? Or are
No,
they just
so-
single blades just swing out?
When it's like a single rotation, just
Oh, okay.
whenever
So
it's
just-
triggered. So if you hold it down, it doesn't continue to click.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Even
okay.
better then.
Yeah, we'll
But
just
if you
spike
release
down.
and then push it down again, then it clicks.
Let's just spike down this plate right here, since we can activate it without being in range of the swing for either of them. Like
Okay.
right at the top corners.
Yep. So you spike that one. You do.
And just for posterity's sake, once we spike that down, I'm gonna go ahead and hit this side panel one more time.
Okay. So you spike down the middle tile.
Yep. Mhm.
Okay, and then you hit the side one. Still clicks.
And it
So-
still goes off.
Yeah, the one on that side still goes off.
Okay, so we may have to activate and spike like each one of these on a way across. If each one of them activates it. So I guess being the halfling and the trap guy, I'll go ahead and get down on the ground and crawl to the next one
Okay.
and push it.
So with you crawling, it seems like only those three at the front trigger it. So here, here, and here seem to be the only tiles that.
Okay, and I'll check this next one as well.
Okay. So
Just gonna
as
be
you move
crawling on the
up, you
ground
see
then.
it's just those three tiles that trigger the trap.
Okay. So as long as we stay on the center, we should be all right.
So you'll still have to crawl underneath it, but because even if like you're going straight down the center, it's enough to they both meet at the center point. But you're all able to crawl underneath it pretty easily, make it past. So I assume everyone does such.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once you guys are inside here,
Once we're in here, are we dead yet?
There we go.
Oh my, this is a rather large room.
Bit of a bigger room. So you see there's an opening to the south. It kind of looks like this room here goes down a bit. And then you see like an opening in the wall. And you feel a bit of like a cold draft coming from this direction.
Anything else of note in this room, or is it just a big? Is it like cavernous, or is it like a carved out, like is it
So it
rough
looks
looking,
like
or is it smooth?
so
cut?
you can see that like these parts on the sides, like the far left of the room and the right, they have like clearly worked stone tile, and it almost looks like the whole room used to look like that. But this
Mhm.
center part's kind of eroded and broken away. And the ceiling's kind of the same, where you see like paneling stone that's been worked on the walls and in the ceiling, but it's kind of just fallen through in the middle.
Hmm.
Looks kind of
Like
like
there's
it's
been a
falling
lot
apart.
of water or something coming through here, maybe, or
Yeah,
might be
just
something.
something like that. It looks like it's just been kind of eroded, only in like the center part of this room. And
The
then yeah, you
difference
see
in,
like this part. This kind of looks like more of a like another offshoot room, but it slopes down. Uh, there's a bit like of a rounded drop, and this room's probably a few feet lower than the room you're
the
in currently.
differences in the conditions of the floor and ceiling are concerning.
Does it look like erosion of some form, or like it was crafted to be that way?
So it looks like erosion more. So like it looks like the room used to always look like the nicer
Right.
tiling, but it looks like something's kind of eaten away at the center and
And
the ceiling in the middle.
is it like a
You do
pool at
see
the
like
center?
it kind of looks like the ceiling in the middle of the room is like kind of broken free over time and fallen and kind of crushed up the stone at the base. So it looks like that's where most of the wear on the tiling in this floor is, because you see like bits of rubble and stuff that looks like it came from the ceiling, and most of the tiles are
Just on a
cracked.
whim, I might kind of start tapping my way over to the left.
Okay. You tap those tiles, they all feel pretty solid. Nothing happens.
And I'll just kind of work my way down this side, just hitting the tiles.
Okay. You tap your way down the side. Nothing seems to happen. Uh,
Well,
as you
he's
move up,
doing.
you get a better look at that room, too, where it looks like it's kind of shaped like a circle. That so you see like this kind of circular dip in the room.
Like a shallow down there.
Yeah, it almost looks like if this room were to fill, like it looks like a drain almost.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Timmy some lead. Hey, go see what's in that circular room right ahead.
All right. So you have him walk up, and as he walks into like this shallow part, um, he like as soon as his foot hits like the slope, it just kind of stops in midair and then slowly starts to sink down into it. And he starts yelling. Uh, he's like, "My foot's stuck!"
Is it dissolving?
As he then seems to be slowly like sucked into this
Can I
shimmery surface.
I think it's a gel goo thing. Slime.
Can I pull him out?
Yep. Give me another death ray.
Sure.
Clooney was fast with his words there.
Sure thing. I'm so good at death ray.
Bop. He is stepping in this gelatinous mass. So you tug him, rip him out of it, and he kind of skids across the floor back towards you. And you see like the padding on one of his feet is like missing, is still stuck and kind of suspended in that gel. As it crawls
Dissolving.
up
Awesome.
and slowly starts moving. It doesn't seem to be dissolving. And then as you like see it move, there's a bit of like rubble and stuff that looked like it was on the floor, but it's moving with this.
It's picking it up.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to yell for
Shit.
Timmy, like, get your ass back over here. And I want to get my short bow out and take a shot. I'll probably aim for the shoe that's
Okay.
floating in it, just so I have something that I know is in it that I can target.
Admit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Give me that attack check.
Sure. Uh, 19 to
Okay.
hit, 2 damage.
All right. You see your arrow plunge into this thing, and the whole thing kind of like ripples a little bit. Seems to react to the arrow striking it.
Well, it's time to kick some jelly ass.
Yeah, if it's free action time, I'll shoot too.
I think we're moving into initiative now.
It's 1d6 plus minus
Plus
dexterity.
your dexterity. Yep. Everyone roll 1d6 and your dexterity. Okay.
Garfrey is excited to roll.
Oh, look at that. I got a 6.
Nice.
Okay. And then Jake.
Jake got a 6 also.
Oh, did he? Okay. I didn't see it.
We're not hearing you, Jake, for a second there if you said something.
I thought he was calling me to do something for a second.
Oh, sorry. No.
Hey, you and I are tied, Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
I would say
crap.
Jake, you go first, just since Chuck just had his.
Yeah.
So, what do? You see this like slime mass kind of skipping
Yeah,
along the floor towards you guys.
I don't expect this creature to be evil, so the one spell I have probably won't help. I'm gonna throw my lantern at it.
Okay.
A little fire never hurt, probably.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sure.
that's the idea.
Yeah, give me an attack check.
All right. All right.
Okay. You throw your lantern and it just kind of hits the ground and rolls towards it, but doesn't make contact.
Shit.
Well,
All right. Check.
we can probably see it really well now.
There's that pitching arm.
Yeah.
Well,
I will say that with this light source like right next to the slime, you can see a bit of an outline. It's a little bit easier to see where it's at. And you can see like this rubble, the rocks in the shoe kind of slithering towards you guys.
All right. I'll notch up another arrow and take another shot at it.
Okay.
Let me get the right macro. 12 to hit, 6 damage.
12 is just barely enough as you deal
Nice.
6 damage to it.
Nice. Barely enough.
It's still up, but you see it kind of like ripple and shake a little bit more than it did the previous time. It's got this other arrow that kind of sucks it in.
Okay.
Dan.
I'm basically gonna do about the same thing. So I'm just gonna pull out my crossbow and see if I can put some hurting on him.
Nice.
On natural 20. I gotta remember how much damage the crossbow do.
Not sure.
Looks like it's D6. Trying to remember. Do you apply you don't apply a diligence bonus to damage, do you?
What is it?
No, I don't think so. On the
Not for ranged.
Okay, I think so. I'll take 6, so.
okay. Shoot a bolt into it. It's still up, but reacts to that. Bits of it kind of like flake off.
Okay. And I might back up just a little smidge in case he's more speedier than I think.
It's going to be its turn. And it's just going to move up here. Try to absorb Timmy.
Poor Timmy.
Yeah.
And hit that 20s. So it just kind of sticks itself up and goes to be like this mound about the same size as Timmy and throws itself over him. And you hear him scream and then shortly get silenced as he's submerged in it. And he's like slowly wailing his arms and screaming and looks panicked.
Well, if he dies here, he technically didn't survive 3 traps. So
Does this count as
We have to save him.
Yeah.
He has 2 rounds before he suffocates.
We got this.
or before we fill him with arrows ourselves.
It does make my attack plan a little more complicated.
Yep. You now have a chance of hitting Timmy when you fire your arrows.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on whose gold coin we're talking about, that could be good or bad.
All right. Eddie. Your turn.
Where's the lantern now?
So the lantern is like to the side of it. Or actually Jake's right here, so lantern's like right here if you see where I'm painting. It's right to the side.
How did it end up there when he threw it from up here?
He rolled a
It
3.
was one of those pulled throws where you pull your arm real bad when you throw it.
So he shanked it off to the side.
Shanked it.
Yep.
I did roll a 3.
So I'll kind of keep a safe distance away from this thing, a few feet away from it at all times. But I basically just want to go grab it and then return back to this spot if I can. And then throw it at the slime.
Okay. I don't know if you can break up movement in
No.
BFRPG. So you have to
move once and
move.
that's it.
Yeah. So you can move, pick up the lantern. I'll say you can throw it as.
Nope. Forget it. I'll just I'm gonna step back here.
Okay.
I'm gonna rest the handle of my axe on the ground and just kind of lean on it, look over at Garfrey and give him an incredulous wink as the kid suffocates.
All right.
It's the kind of behavior I expected.
Yep.
Yeah.
So after Eddie passes to Jake.
I'm going to try to grab Torg's rope and pull Timmy out of the goo.
Okay.
Can actually, that's what I was going to do too. Could we team up for our actions to do that together?
Sure. Yeah, I'll say you both. Jake, you'll wait, and you're both going at the same time. So you're
right.
both able to go. One of you will have to do the check, and I'll give a +2.
Jake, you're the one
I'll
who
give that check
initiated
to
it.
Torg.
Oh, okay.
So moves over to Torg.
That'd be a 13.
13. It's an opposed because it's a good grapple. It rolled pretty bad. So you
Nice.
pull through, and you hear just as it retracts, and you hear this screaming Timmy surface covered in gel.
Ah,
He kind of skates
Still
across the
alive.
ground. And as he like slides across the ground at your feet, he starts laughing and giggling once he makes it over to you.
This
put
kid's
him back
great.
in.
He gets
I
up
am
and
going to
starts
come
trying to
back.
like shake it off, and then he like starts rubbing his hands to like get the goo off on your like pants.
Put him back in.
Yeah. Okay, that's our turn.
Okay, Dan.
Well, I'll go ahead and take another shot again here.
Okay, that
Oh.
hits.
Okay.
Roll for damage.
Wow.
Damn.
I just need to keep up arrowing to these two
Right.
dice rolls over and over
So,
again.
You shoot
Never
it
roll
as
anything
you
again.
hit it with this bolt. It's kind of still like up in a mound-like shape, the shape that it was in to try and eat Timmy. So you like hit it through the dead center of the mass of this mound, and your bolt just keeps going through, and all the surface tension just breaks away from this slime as it kind of slumps down and liquefies, and it slurps back and kind of collects in a pool back here at the base of the room. And it leaves the stones and the shoe behind. It's just like the liquid of it goes back and kind of fills this little room.
Timmy, quit
Correct.
fucking around and get your shoe back on.
Do we have any like empty containers or something that I can fill up with a bit of this slime and then stop up?
Yeah, I mean, you have a water skin if you want to dump it out. But
I used one of my oil flasks for my lantern, so you could use my empty oil
Sure.
flask.
yeah,
Sure.
you can fill up that oil flask.
Sure. Maybe we can have ourselves a little tiny baby slime.
Yep.
If it just
do
like
that.
reconstitutes all the time.
We'll just
Which I
feed it
assume-
Timmy's.
But you're able to like dip it into this pool. And it acts almost like water. It's a little bit more thick than water.
Oh, I got a
Um,
glass bottle if you want.
I'll do that
Yeah.
too. I mean,
All right. I'm removing glass bottle from my inventory.
I have an oil flask of slime and a glass bottle of slime. What I'll do with them, I don't know.
We shall name them Phlegm and Booger.
Mhm. Bleep and blurp.
Has anyone got a spare dagger?
I have a dagger.
We had in the party loot, we did have a couple short swords. Did those get taken up?
I don't think so. I think they're from my dead characters.
Here, Timmy, take a sword.
Wow! And he picks it up and he starts like hitting the ground with it and making
Yeah, don't
sword
do that.
sounds.
That
Point-
will damage the sword. Only hit living creatures with the sword.
Who aren't us.
But not us.
And he starts poking you in the leg with it.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, kid.
And he starts
Also,
bleeding.
next time something tries to kill you, you try to kill it right back.
He's like, okay. And he makes more like
Business
swiping.
end goes away from you and also us at all times.
Took him with the pointy end.
Like,
All right, Timmy.
"Business." And he starts swinging the sword.
Take us that direction.
All right. He runs to the end of the room. As you get up there, you see this opens up to a bit of a different site. Looks to be so you see what looks like the wall kind of breaks away. And you see this like long, narrow stone bridge with this kind of like greenish tint to the stone. And it looks like it's just over this cavern. You don't see the bottom of it from your light on your torch.
It's a stone bridge going over this cavern.
Yep. So you see a stone bridge, and it looks like it connects to another room that's like a similar construction to the one you're in right now.
All right, going across it, Timmy.
Good luck, Timmy.
All right.
So, question here, guys. Does that fucking slime thing count as a trap?
Yes.
That's a monster.
No, a monster is a trap when it's
I
a
mean,
jelly.
That one
No.
was kind of obvious. So, I mean,
Trap is a trap.
But you couldn't see it. It looked invisible, and then he walked in and it attacked like a trap would. You
all right.
enter into its area of effect, and then it triggers. If we would have avoided that and just not walked into it,
I mean, probably nothing would have happened. You're right.
I argue that it was a trap.
Well, that's 2 down.
All right, Tammy, make it across
So
that
as you
bridge.
guys are arguing about whether or not that counts as a trap,
Whether
Not-
a trap
you
goes
need
off.
to make another death ray.
Fuck yeah!
As-
Here's your gold coin right here.
I mean, this wasn't surprising, was it? Stone bridge over a chasm. I mean, that's basically just a trap out of the book.
Yep, there's another success.
God damn it, Timmy.
That's 3.
Like-
That's 3.
You're-
Give me my gold and my lantern back.
You're lucky your handler's got good skills, Timmy.
As if it'll show it, bump. This
Oh.
log comes swinging from. Oh, not Timmy. As this log
Timmy
comes
goes flying off.
swinging from like the void, kind of above this bridge, and just like sweeps across the center of it, looking like it's aiming to try and knock people. Actually, it's oriented the wrong way. It's oriented. Supposed to be oriented this way. So this log, it's got like a rope on either end of it, and it just sweeps horizontally across.
Oh, this is fine. I yank the rope and pull him back to us.
You yank the rope, and he's just barely on the other side of it as it swoops across. You don't see it anymore.
I
Good
will,
work, Timmy.
Good work, Timmy.
begrudgingly pull out my my purse and fish out a gold piece and hand it to Garfrey.
You know, I'm thinking about just not giving Timmy back to his people here.
Maybe he just comes with us forever.
Pretty good scout.
You know what? Yeah, here, Timmy, you earned your pay today, and I'll give him the gold piece.
You want to be an adventurer, Timmy?
He like grabs the gold piece. He's like, "What's this?" And he just
Money.
bites on it.
You can use it to buy cool shit.
He starts
Yeah.
tapping the ground with it.
Use
Nope,
it to
put
buy
that in your
more
pocket,
coke.
man.
You can use it
And
to
he
buy more
throws
cocaine,
it
Timmy.
into the void, and you hear it ping, 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 ping. as
You're an
it
asshole, Timmy.
cascades off of the walls.
Timmy's never getting
The
paid
chasm
again.
below.
It just means we don't have to pay him.
He starts giggling.
Man, that's great.
Somebody please 300 kick this little turd right off that bridge.
No, now we don't have to give him money. He got even easier to use.
Timmy, how old are you?
9.5.
All right. When you hit
I mean, smack his smug little face.
here in, 7.5 years, I'll tell you what, I'll buy you your first beer.
I'll be 12.
You're fucking bad at
Yep.
math, kid.
You chucked it right there. That was some chuck math.
It was, yeah. All right, kid, shut up and just get across the bridge.
And he runs in.
Be right back.
As he runs across the bridge, you hear him say, "Oh, more swords!"
Nope, don't touch those. And I'll pull the rope tight.
Pull the rope taut. As
Keep him back.
move to where you are, Chuck. This log has kind of stabilized itself, and it's just kind of hanging down
Okay.
in the center.
I'll probably be, I don't know. Yeah.
All right. So you're standing to the side of it. You hear, like, as you move to the middle of the bridge, you hear this, like, low crank ticking sound. as one end of the rope kind of, because it's like this, it's almost like a V shape on this rope that's connected to this log, and you hear like this low ticking sound as one end of that rope gets taut, and this log seems like it's getting cranked back
How
up.
does it rearm? Maybe we
void.
need to cut the ropes on it so we can use it as a battering ram later.
Yeah, I'll draw my long sword real quick and try and spin around and slash one of the ropes holding it up.
Okay, you do that, and because it's taut and it's got the weight of this log on it, you like hit it and it just kind of splits, and one end of that log falls down. It's still tethered and like it's got two ropes going to the other side and one going to it, so you're able to cut through all of those if you'd like.
Yeah. Just so I would like to, I hear Clooney back there say, save it. So I'll try and cut it so that way the log lands on the bridge.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
so you cut it, and then you cut the other rope on the opposite side that was also going taut. Right when you cut that, you hear the clanking make a weird sound, where it sounds like it was clicking, but then it just like quickly whirs, and you hear the pitch
Yeah, it
increase.
loses tension. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you see like way off, almost at the very edge of your light in the void, this like other end of a rope just go flying past. It looks like it shoots off some pulley somewhere way above you. It just kind of falls into the cavern below. Yeah.
Okay.
And now you have a log just laying in the center of this bridge.
Now we have battering ram.
I'm going to move across though, so I can see whatever the fuck it is Timmy's talking about.
So as you come across, you see what looks like you see this.
What
It's
the
a-
hell?
It's a Roomba for legs.
It's a fucking Cylon.
So
Back
you
across the
see
bridge.
this weird it's like a pole, but it's got this metal like casing on the top of it, and around it are all of these ropes that have swords on the ends of them, and the ropes have like these links. It's basically like these long links of solid metal that have little joints of rope between them, so it looks like they're flexible, and it's all just kind of laying loose at the base of this pole.
So like it's threshing maws, but instead of clubs at the end of it, it's fucking blades.
Yep. It just looks to be like this stationary pole here in the center. It's got like this big groove in the ground around it too.
Yeah, I imagine it takes a second to spin up and spin down.
Anyone got a grappling hook?
Do we have grappling hooks? Yes.
Why don't we try and grappling hook and pull some of them sword blades towards us and cut them free?
I'm willing to give it a shot.
I'll let you have the fun.
Okay. So, do you move up to do that then, Dan?
I mean, sort of up to it. I mean, like, I don't want to get very close since I'm going to be using a grappling hook with a rope on it.
Sure. Walk me through like what you're trying to do exactly.
First, I just want to see if I can like fish up maybe like this one here.
Okay.
You know, just throw the grappling hook on it and see if I can pull it and then just see what happens.
Sure.
I'm gonna
So
get
you
in
throw the
front of here
hook
with
over
log
it.
behind me.
Takes a second, but you get like one of the hooks to kind of wedge itself between the hilt and the blade, like on the cross guard. You feel like it's on there, and as you pull, right when the rope gets taut, you feel like it kind of rotates the pole towards you a little bit.
Mhm.
So the whole thing kind of spins slightly as if it's on some like gear.
I'm
or
okay with
something.
this so
Pivot.
far. I want to have kind of a loose grip on it as I'm, like
Okay.
ready to let go. But as
So
I'm
you've got this
pulling
like
it,
loose grip on it. It kind of spins towards you a little bit, and then once it's facing all the way towards you, and you're still pulling on this sword, The rope extends out a little bit. You feel like it has a bit more resistance right when it does that. And it clicks right as the rope extends. So,
Mhm.
like, once that rope gets taut, you feel this click, and it's quickly pulled away from you as the whole thing starts spinning. And all of the blades roar up. They're all at different heights as they're rolling around. So you see there's like one that's about head height, one that's about midsection height, like ankle height, and then knee height.
Mm.
Just these blades flipping around.
Yeah.
This loud
Roll the
whirring.
log in.
My grappling hook.
Your grappling hook is pulled into the room, and a few sections of the rope get cut up as it's thrown into this blender of swords.
My cheap rope.
Let's roll the log in there. I'm assuming it's pretty big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was kind
it's
of my
fairly
next
big around.
thought.
It's probably like a good, almost 2 foot in diameter.
Even the sharpest of swords is not the same thing as an axe. It's not gonna. It shouldn't cut through it right away.
Either that or we try and fucking heave ho this thing and toss it at the pole, see if we can break it over.
Yeah,
And I mean,
something like that.
even if
Either
we
that or-
don't,
Well, potentially we could roll it onto the arms as well, and it may not be able to spin with the arms underneath it too.
I don't know.
Mm.
Well, do we roll it or do we
Yes,
throw it? That's the
continuing
question.
spin.
Yeah,
I
well,
say we try and chuck it into the path of these spinning arms.
the question is if it stops or not. If it doesn't stop, then let's just yeet it, and if it does stop,
You wait
Well,
about a
if
minute,
you
still
roll it into
spinning.
it and it doesn't stop, we're not going in after it. We got one log.
I mean that's one more log than we should have had. So
Let's throw it.
That's why I think throw it, because it has
Yeah.
the most potential for damage.
Okay. So you're throwing it like trying to hit the post at the center.
Yeah.
See if you can.
I'm
break it.
thinking rather than try and throw it length direction, like
Yeah,
a
we-
torpedo.
horizontal,
Yeah, throw it.
we all get on the length of it and just
Yeah,
Okay.
yeet it in there.
Sure.
Gives us a wider area to hit the center pole at least.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys all grab it and heave ho and throw it. Give me a strength check, and then I'm gonna do a +3 for all the assists.
Chuck, which of us has the greatest strength?
not it.
I got a +1.
That'll be me then.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
All right.
oh my.
So you
There we
guys
go.
take this live.
Heave, heave ho.
You don't want to deal with this trap at all. You
I'm extremely
chuck
angry
it,
over
man.
paying Jake a gold piece and then watching it into the void. So there's a lot of grumbling and screaming when I throw this
Yeah.
fucking.
You angrily yell out as you throw this log at it, and dead center mass hits the top of this pole, and you hear this horrible grinding sound as it's knocked like to the side and then over, and you see like this gear kind of jut out. It looks like the base of this whole pole is like grooved, and there's gears that are just right below the surface, and it's pulled out of that a little bit, and you see them just get dulled and completely grounded down as it's sitting in there like crooked.
Will it
And you
blow,
feel like this
motherfucker?
mechanism's successfully destroyed.
Nice. Moving up to inspect it, are the sword arms usable as swords, or are they just like their own blades attached to ring kind of thing?
So it looks like they used to be a sword with a crossguard, but there's no like hilt to hold it anymore. It's just like a hook for
Okay.
rope. The blades
they
look
could
nice
be
enough.
useful.
They might be able to be like fastened by a blacksmith or something into them.
Yeah.
Eventually. So for like selling purposes, it's
No.
probably not bad.
yeah.
But use it as a weapon, no.
Okay. Well, let's remember this is here. I don't want to carry around a bunch of swords without handles.
We can come back for them later.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll make an effort to cut them off at least. So they're
Yeah.
Sure. X that out.
that log's already worth it.
We got to take that log with us.
It's
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
than bad. It's good.
It's got like a bit of a chunk taken out of it, but it's, you know, you can see like where it impacted. Some of the bark's missing now,
Yeah.
but still sturdy. And I think that's where we're going to take our first break for the night, because we're at 11 here.
Sure.
So we're going to go to a quick intermission, and we'll be back here in a bit. So don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
are live. Welcome back, everybody.
Hey,
Here
everybody.
on the Defenders of Kobold, playing some basic fantasy role-playing game. When we left off, you guys entered a dungeon. You were followed by a little kid from the village named Timmy, who you have been using on a leash to trigger traps.
He's been doing a
And so
remarkable
far-
job so far.
Yeah, so far he hasn't died, which I was expecting him to die a lot sooner. But Chuck's been rolling really well.
I have to protect my trap tool.
Who needs a 10-foot pole when you've got a Timmy on a rope?
You've
Right.
already spent a gold on it.
Yep.
I mean, I think that's
Timmy
about the
doesn't
price
have
of a
much
10-foot
value
pole.
for money, so he threw his pay into the cavern.
Don't worry. We'll ruin his life by teaching him the ways of capitalism.
Yeah.
Because we're kidnapping this kid.
Yeah, I think so.
So also in this room, let me reveal a little bit more. You see, opens up. See, there's like another stone bridge going up. Looks pretty similar. And then you see there's like a bridge here. It goes into the cavern. I reveal it.
You can do it. I believe in you.
You can do it.
Uh,
Map.
Where did I start this line? That didn't work how I wanted it to. Let's try this again. Basically, you see like another stone bridge going to the east, but it's not there all the way. It's just like a hard like line where it looks like it's missing. But you do see across that it looks like there should be a bridge there because you see like the other side of the bridge.
So the bridge to the east is just dead ends into a void.
Yeah. So you see that it goes across, but there's just like it looks like you see like a clean cut on both sides. So maybe
Clooney,
there's
go
some
poke that.
mechanism or something, but you don't see like how you would get across.
Clooney, go poke that void with your stick.
Okay. I'll walk up here and I'll just kind of start tapping around with my 10-foot pole.
Tap around. Feels solid. But when you tap into the void, like it's just like the bridge is missing. You don't feel anything.
No Indiana
Okay.
Jones shit here.
Am I able to reach across to the other side, or is that too far for the pole?
That's too far. Because that's almost 15 feet.
Okay. I do want to take it and just like start on like one end, like this bottom end, and just
Mhm.
put the pole down and then run it all the way across to the other side. And make sure that there's not like something in the middle that I'm not just missing.
Oh, like just like scrape the edge. You mean okay?
Like,
Yeah.
Put it like hold it like so it's
Right.
like straight down, like
From
right
like
up on
left
the
to
edge,
right.
and just go left to right with it sticking down
Yep.
at the
Okay.
edge.
Yeah, you sweep the edge. Nothing. You
Okay,
don't feel
so
anything.
it's void all the way across.
Yep.
And then if I like kind of look up and to the sides, do I
Poke
see
your
like
head
the
through? You look
bridge?
down. You hold your torch out. Like you look up and you don't see anything.
Okay,
above
so there's
you.
no like
You just
bridge.
see like it's like a
above.
sheer kind of cliff wall that goes up. And just cavernous above you, cavernous below you.
Well, I don't see shit.
Well, we can come back to that, right?
Yeah, pretty much I'm not smart enough for this.
I
don't
dig
see
it.
anything. I can't find anything. There's nothing else in this room other than Swordbot.
Nope. Doesn't appear to be. Just another pathway leading up.
I might just like take a rock or something and just throw it against the wall on the other side and then like wait to see if I hear it.
You take a rock. Yeah, there's rubble everywhere, so you can pick up like a small chunk that's fallen off the wall or something. And you said you were just throwing it across into this
Yep.
room.
Well, not into the room per se. I kind of want to just hit the wall on this side.
Oh, okay. Just
Like
like
a bridge?
underneath where the bridge would have been.
Yeah, like if this is where the bridge cuts off, I kind of want to just like hit it somewhere on the flat side and just
Okay.
listen.
You throw it. It hits at the bottom and clicks off. Just acts like a normal wall. It doesn't hit anything on the way there. Just slams
Okay.
into the wall underneath it, and you see it just fade out of your light into the cavern. You don't hear it hit the bottom of the cavern.
Okay. And just for funsies, I'll just throw one to the other side. Just
Like
no
into the
real
room?
particular. Like
Or
into the
you're
room.
like aiming just past the bridge.
Yeah, just somewhere into the other section.
Okay, yeah, you throw it. It lands on the other side of the platform where the bridge would end, and just kind of skids, and you hear it skitter off and echo around a bit in the next room.
Well, everything looks normal except for the part where it's missing.
Yep.
Confirmed. That's all I got.
Let's head north then.
All right. Move your tiles where you want to go.
Well, I'll send Timmy out first.
Let's go, Timmy.
Well, it's when Timmy steps there. Another similar log comes out of the void.
Is Timmy not prepared for it this time?
Timmy's
But
prepared. I
Shuck
got an 18
rolls.
on that save.
Yep. You almost instruct him that there's probably another log, so he steps where it would and yank him back, and it sweeps past. He starts giggling as he sees it swing by.
Cut that
Yeah.
log down too.
Comes from the void, kind of rests in the middle, and then it starts getting like ticked back up, similar to the other
Yeah.
side. So you're able to cut it down before it resets all the way. You hear the
Cool.
same whirring sound of the gears above the room, and shoots a
We got-
rope off
Yeah.
of the cavern.
We got 2 logs now.
It's a dream come true.
Yep.
And we
Yes.
move on forward.
Okay. So when you get into this room, let me reveal what you see.
All my great artwork keeps disappearing, Joe.
I wonder why that is.
Almost like he doesn't appreciate it or something.
Let's do this. The big room. All right.
Oh shit. Oh, it connects.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, you move into this next room, or Timmy steps up a little bit, and you see these like 3 kind of mound like green blobs in the room.
but I feel like these just probably need to be shot with something.
Kind of
They're in like
little
a
bit.
pattern almost. Like it's a set of eyes with the nose. Like I drew an outline to kind of show what I'm seeing there.
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down. Really
Yeah.
long nose and sad little eyes at the top.
Joe's like, I'm fucking remembering this shit.
I mean, there's nothing I can do. But
Not yet.
yeah, you see these like 3 blobs as you step in. Um, you notice that they're kind of like moving around the room slowly.
I want to watch for a second. Is it random movement or is there any kind of discernible pattern?
Give me an intelligence check.
16. Torg
All
intelligence is his best stat.
So it kind of looks random, but they kind of seem to generally stick to like this circular motion between the 3 of them. So it looks like they're kind of orbiting this point in the floor, and they're just kind of like spinning around it very slowly, all kind of keeping
Like-
the same distance from each other.
Fucking like food going down the drain in the sink or some shit. Like,
Something like that. The floor doesn't seem to be like slanted or anything. So it doesn't like look like it's moving with the shape of the floor. It just seems like these blobs are moving.
Unfortunately, there's a door that's like dead ahead of,
yeah.
there's swoopy patterns. So
Let's throw the log in their path.
Okay.
And when it gets caught up on the log, we'll run in and smack the shit out of it.
Okay.
let's throw the banged up log in there first so we can keep the
I
better
agree.
one for
Let's
some
not
of the
fuck
time.
up our new good log. Yeah. I agree.
Okay. So you take that
It's
log.
important.
It's pretty easy to throw it in its path. So
Yeah, perfect. Right
throw it,
like that.
right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So they continue.
Logonometry.
Right when this one moves and it makes contact with it, it starts trying to like envelop it. And as it makes contact with the wood, it starts hissing and sizzling, and you see like some smoke almost rise off of it, like it's burning it,
This is
dissolving
why
it
we use
almost.
our-
And you
our
see these
bum
like
log.
weird white particles kind of forming around the sides of it as it starts dissolving the wood.
Inconclusive. Timmy better go test it.
Let's not.
Hey, you lost your bet already. Come on.
Yeah, Timmy, you stay back on this one. I'll get out my short bow and start launching arrows.
Yeah.
Okay. You take a shot at. Is there any one in particular that you're gonna shoot at?
Closest one, the one that's on the log.
Okay. You take a shot at it.
It's 12 to hit,
That hits
4 damage.
4 damage. So it's still
Yeah,
up.
to
Your
include
arrow
them.
hits it. Kind of does like that same, like resonating shockwave thing that the other slime did. So it seems to react to the arrow hitting it, but the arrow starts to like hiss a little bit, and you see that it kind of like lets off of the log and starts sliding towards you. That's when we're moving into initiative.
That's fantastic. Ooh, I got another 6.
Wait, you both got 6 again.
Oh shit, we did.
Yeah.
This time I got a 4.
Mm-hmm.
That's good, but acceptable.
And you got a 2.
You might want to move Timmy further back so that way we know exactly where he's at.
He doesn't follow instructions real good.
That's fair. I mean,
All right,
he can stay there.
Chuck,
Yup.
your turn.
I take another arrow shot.
Okay.
14 to hit, 5
That
damage.
hits. And with that 5 damage, it breaks apart. Does the same kind of thing where it loses its surface tension and just kind of turns into a puddle.
Nice.
Still hisses and burns at the wood though. It's kind of like around the wood still.
Yeah.
So the parts that are making contact seem to still be burning.
It's passively acidic, so yeah.
Even in death. Still
All right, that's my turn.
Okay. Also on your turn, Timmy tries to run up, and he says, "Business end!" And he takes a whack at it with his sword.
Timmy, you get him, Tiger.
And he starts like splashing the puddle of acid with his sword.
fuck
It's getting on it. It's like eroding it a little bit, but not a whole lot.
Yeah.
I'm in the back going, yes, closer.
He's got to learn somehow.
Let nature be his teacher.
Jake, your turn.
Gonna move closer to the action, and I think I'll just observe, seeing as I'm not exactly combat oriented.
Okay. After Jake, Dan.
I'll go ahead and fire off a shot at the next one of these.
Okay. You do so. That hits.
Right. Oh,
damage.
it just sorry, I had my +2 for my dexterity roll for initiative.
Oh, okay.
Just 6.
Yep. 6 damage. Noted. All right.
Clooney's
and
just like laser
goes
tonight.
to Dead Slime, which is Dead Slime. Then Eddie.
I am melee, so I'm going to move up so I can observe, and then I'm going to lean on my axe because I am useless.
All right.
I'm going to let the ranged guys take care of this.
Then it goes to this slime, who moves up and
Poor
tries
Timmy.
to envelop Timmy.
Yes.
That's not good.
Which is exactly why I was watching from a distance.
Out of the way, Timmy. Duck and roll.
And Timmy, who's a child, has very bad AC.
Yeah.
As it envelops. You hear screams, you see some resistance, and then he kind of stops moving.
Well,
Timmy dead.
probably.
God, we need to get that sword back at least.
That's that slime's turn as it moves to the other slime.
Perfectly good sword. Hate to waste a
Ooh.
bad Timmy on a good sword.
Moves up to, let's see, 5. Just barely enough to reach you, Chuck.
Lame.
Tries to latch on. 17. Just barely misses.
All right.
All right. Nope. It is currently right here, attempting to attack. With that, it loops back around. Chuck, it's your turn.
I'm going to pull out my long sword, and I'm going to take a hard swing at this slime right in front of me. Presuming, of course, that Timmy's dead. 14 to hit, 8 damage.
That hits. It's still up, but the 8 damage, it seems to react to it as you whack it.
Sure. Then I want to move over this direction a little bit, off to the side. I'm good.
Okay. Jake.
I'm going to throw my dagger at it.
Okay. Roll to hit.
13.
That's a hit.
Oh, excellent. For 2 damage.
It's exactly enough to kill it as your
Oh,
dagger
good.
hits it, and it just continues through. The mound loses its surface tension and turns into a puddle.
Then I'm gonna hide behind the log on the chasm bridge.
All right. After that, Dan, your turn.
On the off chance that Timmy's still alive somehow, I'm gonna walk up here and I'm gonna attack it with my dagger
Okay.
instead
Roll
of
to hit.
shooting the crossbow bolt into it. That's probably guaranteed to kill him.
Hmm.
I might re-roll that if that's okay.
Sure.
Yeah, we got 2 left.
Good grief. Well, that's gotta be a miss.
You miss.
Yeah.
All right. After Dan goes to Dead Slime, then Eddie.
For no other reason than to get a sword back. I guess I'll move up on him and make an attack with my axe.
Okay.
Team
14 hits.
9 damage.
9's enough to kill it.
Nice.
You whack the slime, loses its tension. Timmy drops and is just sitting in this pile of slime sizzling.
I'll use the ropes to pull him out.
You do so. It kind of like, as you do that, he kind of like leaves a streak of human matter all on the ground. So he's like kind of dissolving, falling apart.
How's
He's
the
dead.
sword?
Yeah, where's the sword?
Sword's fine. It's kind of sizzling a little bit. It looks like cleaner, like the dirt's kind of been removed from it. The rust has gotten a little bit worse. But and then like kind of the wrapping on the hilt is looking a little bit rough, but it still looks usable.
I'll use my water skin or my wine skin to kind of rinse it off
Okay.
and then tuck it back in my pack. So what is that? 4 traps?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 traps. Yep.
Something like that. Yeah.
I'll salvage as much of my rope as I can as well.
Okay.
Well, you did good, Timmy. Better than we expected.
Yeah, he did good. Next kid we find, I think, is going to make at least through like 6, maybe 7 traps.
So much for being an adventurer, though.
Do we
Yep.
take him back to his village or do we just go toss him in the pit back there?
I don't think there's much of anything to take. He's kind of dissolved, isn't he?
I mean,
Dissolving.
just leave him here.
Dissolving.
And
So you could still like pick him up, but there's like chunks of his skin and stuff that are falling off.
I don't
It's
really
like-
want to touch that.
Just roll him into the puddle and let him sizzle away.
That's what I was kind of thinking. Let acid take its course.
Just,
Okay. 2 of them are kind of dead on top of each other, so there's a big pool. You're able to, it's like,
Even if they're
Nothing.
flat, he'll just dissolve from the bottom up. So he'll just sink into it as he slowly sizzles into nothingness.
I might try and push that log out of the acid, though. I mean, it might still be useful.
Yeah, let's save the log.
sure. Yeah, you push the log out. Part of it's kind of been burned away by the acid, and there's like this weird white flaking on it. But it looks useful. Still, like it looks like it's
Yeah,
still got
I mean-
its integrity.
Perfect.
All right. Moving further into this room, you're able to see like where this next spot goes. And you see this.
Well, I
small
hope
little
that was worth
room
dying
with
for,
these
Timmy.
dark green stone tiles. And on the wall, you see what looks like a skeleton that's chained by its arms and it's kind of just slumped down.
I'll call out to it. Like, hey, fucking skeleton asshole. You animated and shit?
And it crooks its head over to the side. And it looks at you. And you see there's like these two like weak yellow lights in its eyes. And it nods its head at you.
Cool. Are you, if we were to let you down, would you try to hurt us?
And it looks at its hands. And it drops its head. And then it moves its head like this.
Well, that's good. Do you know if the room between you and I here, do you know if it's trapped or not?
It just says,
Let's throw the log in there, guys.
okay.
Yeah, we can just kind of like lay it on its side here, even, and maybe just
Roll it in.
Mhm.
I think that's a great idea. We get 10-foot poles to push it in.
Sure.
Yeah, let's fucking do that.
So you take this log.
Biggest mistake ever, giving us a log.
It's a perfect
Second
fit.
biggest mistake, giving us Timmy. So far, the log is gonna outlast Timmy.
The log did outlast Timmy.
I mean, the log's only
little bit.
disarmed one trap so far.
So you said you're just taking the log there and pushing it across.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rolling
So-
it and then using our 10-foot poles to push it.
Okay. You roll it. Nothing happens here. And then when it gets here, a bunch of darts fly out from both sides of the wall. And I'll just draw where those are. Seems like darts are shooting from here and here. And they're like in a tall row, so there's just like this line on both sides.
Yeah.
And there's this just
What's the
net of
lowest that they
darts.
go?
About knee height.
Okay, pretty low.
Yeah, pretty low.
Can
And
we
then
keep-
like some of them even like don't shoot perfectly straight across. There's kind of like a spread to it. So even if you like were to crawl, there's still a chance you'd be hit.
Yeah.
If we leave the log on it, will it just exhaust itself?
It clicks 3 times and then stops shooting.
Okay.
What we could do is we could get the other log, stand the logs up and in, and then kind of like
Make a
twist
little
them
wall.
into position so they're blocking and just soaking up all the darts, and we could just walk across.
The logs are tall enough to block probably the bottom half of them, so that'd be enough
Yeah,
for you
we would have to
like
crawl.
crouch underneath it or crawl.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. We still got to check the next set of tiles, but that's fine. We can do that with our poles.
Let's go get the other log. We'll stand the logs up on end and rotate them into the path of those darts, like right up against where the darts poke out.
Thunder.
That's thunder.
I saw the lightning that caused that thunder.
Nice.
Ooh.
And now I'm hearing the thunder.
Ooh.
Oh my.
I
Are there
felt But I didn't
Crunchy nature noises.
are there just like darts starting to accumulate on the floor?
Yeah, there's a few here and there that are all around on the floor. They seem
Are
to
they
be
right-
like really crude. So they're like they're just kind of like nails that are
Okay.
they've got like a slight bump on the end.
Yeah.
They're being fired out of
Not
some
poisoned or
mechanism.
anything, just a crude dart.
You can't tell if it's poisoned or not just by looking at it.
Okay. I was trying to decide if I should pick some up or not, but
Anyway, let's get them logs and roll them into position.
You do so. They stand up. It doesn't seem like the tiles right next to the darts are still triggering it.
that's fine. We'll go ahead and tap the ones, in front of him.
Okay. Tap those. The darts fire behind you again into the logs.
Perfect. Just like we planned.
And we explore the ground in front of us with the sticks.
Yep, and you're able to walk right up next to the skeleton.
All right, man.
One
Just
play.
for fun, I might tap, around the wall on him to make sure that, where he's attached to or anything like that isn't somehow trapped also.
Okay. Sure. You're just tapping like the wall to the left and the right and above him.
Yeah, try and tap his bindings, the whatever he's attached to, the wall around him.
Okay. Yeah, you start tapping on the wall. Nothing seems to happen. As you start tapping him, he rolls his head over to you and he's just making eye contact.
Just being safe.
Let's get him down. What are his wrists and shit? What is he secured with?
He's got these thick, iron manacles around his wrists that are chained to these iron bands around this wooden beam.
I'm sure there's no way that this can go wrong. So,
Well,
Yeah,
if
I'm
you
going to
can't-
cast Protection from Evil on Torg just in case.
Okay, I can't pick those locks, so
Can you throw protection from evil in the chat? Or in the
I'm trying to think how that works. It might be like an area effect. In which case there might be something that happens immediately if he's evil.
Oh, okay. I'll have to.
I got it. I'm
One
getting
second.
ready to paste it in.
Yep.
There's a lot. Hang on, that's just part of it. It is raining outside.
It is.
There's your wall of text there, Joe.
That is a lot.
Yes, it is.
Now read it out loud in a William Shatner voice.
Okay.
You know what? Since if you're giving him protection from evil, why don't you go ahead and try and touch it and see if you can touch it? Because in theory, the spell prevents bodily contact. So you should be.
It prevents
repelled
it from touching you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So, Jake, you cast that spell on Torg. And what do you do, Torg? Walking up to it.
Yeah, I'll walk up to it.
Cat.
Like,
You
all right,
walk up
man.
to it.
We had a deal. I let you down. You're not going to hurt me or anything, right?
And he looks at you, and you see his eyes kind of flare up. He stares pretty intently at you. But nothing happens.
Does he shake his head or anything?
His jaw kind of slacks a little bit. He tilts his head. And his eyes flare away. And then they flare back up. And flare away. And then he just drops his head down.
That was not the answer I was wanting there, buddy.
I think he's trying real hard to kill you.
Hey there, Jake. What kind of weapon you got?
An acid stained dagger.
Okay, nothing blunt.
No. Well, I suppose I could. Suppose I could bonk him with a grappling hook.
Yeah, I mean, either you or I. I'm fine bonking it. All I've got is a sword. Oh, no, we can't pick up the log. It's blocking the darts.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. It's like we could just smash them with the log, but then we'd have to move the log.
I got an axe.
Too bad we don't
Hold
have
the
a third
axe
log.
sideways or something.
What's that?
Hold the axe sideways. Hit him with like the broad end of it.
Listen here, skeleton pal. Like, initially you told me you weren't going to hurt me. Are you going back on your word on that?
Chuck, you don't hear anything, but everyone else hears this voice in their head that says, "Come, let me down."
Did you hear that? It said let him down.
You're hearing shit, man. You must have some of that
Unbind
slime in
me.
your ears.
Anybody
I
else?
also heard that.
Yeah.
Well, if Chuck's the only person who didn't hear it, he's the only person with protection from evil also.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna assume this living skeleton is evil.
Probably.
All right. I'll do this the hard way. Then I take my sword, and with the pommel of my sword, I'm just going to try and cave this thing's skull in.
So this thing lasts for 1 turn per level, correct?
Yeah.
So
And if I'm
you
correct,
walking up to it and talking to it for a little bit is about the duration of a turn. So now that your action is changing and you're going to try and attack it, you feel like this kind of wear off. Feel a little bit more heavy.
It should be
And your
level
eyes
2,
are kind of
isn't it?
drawn to its. Give me a charisma save, Chuck.
Wouldn't it last
Yeah,
for 2
you're-
turns?
Actually,
Though?
what would this be? The what?
Wouldn't
should
it
be
last for
level
2
2.
turns? We should all
Yeah.
be level 2, right?
Yep, 2 turns.
Well, he cast it on him here. He walked up and then he started talking to him.
yeah, I'm cool with it. Would that be paralysis, petrification, or rod staff spell,
Um,
or just death ray if we aren't sure?
don't want to throw it under Death Ray. Because there's one for spell, right?
Yep, rod staff spell.
It'd be a spell.
Okay. Nope, I fail.
Check.
Yeah.
You don't know how, but you're looking down at yourself.
Oh.
As you see yourself like standing there looking up at you. You've got this kind of like weird orange glow in your eyes. As the rest of you see Torge turn around and say like, we're not going to get anything out of him. Let's go.
Do we see the glow in his eyes?
Nope. Or I'll say, give me a wisdom test. All of you.
Can any of us make that, or just one of us?
Any of you can attempt it.
Okay.
That's a 6. I'm gonna
No.
give a reroll on that.
Our last reroll.
Nope.
16.
It's better. Jake, you see this like right as he turns around, there's this weird orange kind of flicker in his eyes, but once he starts talking, it goes away.
I think Eddie sees that. He rolled a 16.
Or I meant Eddie. My bad. Sorry. Yeah, Eddie. You see this like slight orange flicker. Like maybe it's the torch that you're holding, like just catching his eye in a weird way, but it kind of stands out to you. There's this like little bit of an orange tinge from behind his eyes, right as he turns around.
And without seeing anything, I thought we agreed we were going to kill him. So why is this happening?
So
This I'll just say.
stops and says like, we're not going to get anything out of him.
Yeah, I will relay to the others what I just saw, and that this sudden change in plan, it seems a little fishy.
He says, what change in plan?
Said we were going to kill the skeleton.
Oh, I can still do that. And draws his weapon.
And I'll quickly shut up. Now hold on. Let's figure out what's going on first.
Do you want me to kill it or not?
Not until we figure out what's going on here.
Check. You are unable to speak, but you are that skeleton on the wall.
I'll start slowly shaking my head side to side. Eddie, don't forget your attack bonus increased to 2.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Okay, I've been forgetting my attack bonus too.
Yeah, I just start shaking my head side to side.
So Torg, oh god, guys, do you remember the name of that? Torg, do you remember the name of that kid that we had back when we were dungeoneering at an earlier point in our lives?
He's like,
Yeah, the one
"Kid?"
who was really good with the traps and stuff.
Well, I mean, he was, but
Was. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, we just called him Kiddo, right?
Yeah, I mean, he was a kid.
Yeah,
I
he
didn't really
was.
care what his name was.
Start shaking my skeleton head side to side. Can I get
Look
my
over.
skeleton hand contorted in a middle finger and kind of like twist it around?
Yeah, obviously you can. So you just have like slight function in your hands.
That's a pretty good picture.
Boy, Torg, you see what he's doing over there? That is wild. I just want to see if he'll look at it or not, assuming.
Oh, so he turns and looks at it and is like, yeah, I think we better kill it. And he holds his sword.
I'm going to cast protection from evil on the skeleton.
Nice.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't solve the current situation, but it will keep the skeleton from getting crushed for a couple of turns.
Let's see. Yeah, okay. So use that spell. He winds back his sword, and you see this weird, like, purple force around the skeleton as he tries to strike it. And Torge looks at his sword and is like, that's kind of weird. He tries to hit it again, which is weird barrier that seems to be around the skeleton.
I want to You want to come back here real quick? We can take a look. Seems like there's something pretty weird about that skeleton.
It's like, sure, I guess. And walks out.
I don't know if you want to move him on the map or.
Walks over to here. Did he move? Yeah. He moves there. See, Torge is just kind of looking at his hands. Stretches a little bit. Like, what next? Where are we going?
I'll say, yeah, I probably better try and roll at least one of those logs out of here. You guys get ready to move on. And as I move by him, when I get just a little bit past him, I'm just going to wheel around on my heels and just swing my axe at him as hard as I can, right at his head.
Oh, you have to kill him. Never mind.
Okay.
That is a 12. I don't think that's going to hit.
No, it doesn't hit.
Org's AC is a 17.
Yeah. So you swing at him, and he just kind of ducks out of the way a little bit. Like, whoa there, what's that for? He holds his sword up. Like, we're friends.
Just checking, making sure you're on your feet. Good dodge. And I'll keep walking like trying to pass it off as natural towards one of the logs.
Okay. You do so.
But I will look at the skeleton when I get in there and give him a wink.
And check
relax my middle fingers and shake my head yes.
Yeah. You have like 2 lights in your eyes, so if you wink back, one of them will blink out.
Oh, that's fantastic. I do that.
Morse code.
Actually, if you want, maybe we can pull that with a rope just to make sure we don't get tied up or hurt by it. So if you want to hold on to one end of this rope, Torg, and we can
Sure, I guess. And he grabs it. Like, anything for my adventuring buddies,
All right. And I'm gonna try and do a thing where like I pass some over to Eddie's character, but then try and like make some loops on my side.
What are you going for?
So what are you doing?
I want to try and like make some loops on my side and then give you some rope, and then we can just drop it on top of him.
Oh, like kind of lasso him?
Yeah.
Just to tie up his arms and stuff.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So we're just kind of walking around, milling about with the rope, trying to get a loop somehow around him.
Yeah. I mean, we got to have a loop to pull the log to us, right?
Right. Gotcha. Yep. Sure. I'll kind of take the other end of it into that room and kind of hold it nice and taut.
And once we think we've got something kind of rigged up, then we'll just pull this end tight too and see if we can tangle them up a bit.
Chuck, you have this strong urge to entice someone over to you. You just really want to make eye contact with somebody. Anybody.
Start doing that with my hands. Like, come here.
Kind of the come hither fingers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll kind of look at Dan and kind of tilt my head towards the skeleton like, hey, kind of tug on the rope just a tiny bit, look at him, kind of tug towards the skeleton.
I want to take this one over there, not me.
Right. But that's like, we're trying to put the rope around him. So I'm kind of like, we got to do this. We got to get moving on this.
So
what did you want me to hold this rope for?
Just to keep you busy, mostly. Wait.
We both just yank, try and pull it taut.
Okay. Give me a strength check, one of you, and get a +2.
+2. There we go.
Okay. Yeah. You succeed. So you throw the rope over him, and he's restrained. He's like, what the hell? What are you guys doing?
All right. Now we'll kind of just walk him up to that. And
Sorry, Torg, but you need a Snickers. You haven't been yourself.
Okay, so like the three or the two of you are like pushing Torg up to the
Yeah,
skeleton.
but I don't want to like look up.
Yeah, we're trying not to look him in the face. We're just kind of grabbing him and keeping that rope tight, and we're gonna pull him towards Chuck, towards the skeleton.
Okay.
Garfer, you tell us what happens from back there.
Let's see. I need both Dan and Eddie to make luck checks.
Luck checks.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Roll luck, and if it's below, you succeed.
Pass.
Yes.
Cat. So you wheel, or you just drag Torg back to this skeleton, and he's like struggling and restraining. And he starts screaming as he's getting closer and closer, like, "No, no, I don't want to go back. No, stop! I just got here." And right as you get him up to it, Chuck, you're able to make eye contact with him.
Noise.
And you kind of feel like a little dizzy at first. The world spins a bit, and you're looking back at the skeleton again.
All right.
Close my eyes.
You're back in your body.
Oh shit! I was a fucking skeleton, guys.
What was the kid who did traps?
Well, Elliot? No, Jimmy was his name.
God damn it.
Just had to fuck with you.
It's still
It was Jimmy. He died to those fucking acid things.
It wasn't
We got
Jimmy.
the sword
No.
back though. Was
I
that-
am clutching my axe real tight right now.
Oh, it was Timmy. I'm sorry. That's Chuck misremembering. It was fucking Timmy.
It's like we're gonna kill him anyways. Yeah.
I'll kind of relax a little bit and let out a sigh. Like, whew.
All right, let's leave.
My bad. Hey, let's grab a bunch of fucking like cloth or something and just
Put it around
shove
his
it into
eyes.
the eye sockets of this thing.
Make a little bag and cover his face.
Yeah.
Don't open till Xmas.
Oh, I got an idea. How much of Timmy is left?
Oh gosh.
God.
He's mostly dissolved, but he's still like there. I mean, most of his skin's kind of gone. He just
How,
looks
like I'm looking
like
for his clothes specifically.
his clothes.
But the keys are probably pretty much gone, aren't they?
Oh, I went to a darker place than this for some reason.
His clothes are still like there. They're kind of like the parts where they were tattered are kind of receding more, and it's kind of threaded in some other places. But
I want to like pull off the remains of his shirt and kind of like I'm going to use it as like a blindfold,
Yeah.
okay,
but I want to get my chalk out of my bag and write on this blindfold across the outside. I want to write trap.
okay,
Then I want to blindfold the skeleton. So anyone
I was-
walking up to it will see blindfold with the word trap across its eyes.
And
Okay.
I was really looking forward to creepy Timmy melting along with us.
I was for some reason planning to put the remains of Timmy on the 10-foot pole and have them kiss.
I don't think it would work because Timmy's eyes have probably melted out by now.
yeah.
I mean, they're on the
He's
front
not
of his
really intact
face
enough.
instead of the back of his face. So
Anyway, yeah, blindfold, chalk, trap, tie up the skeleton's eyes.
Okay,
that's a lot
Yeah,
more play.
you're able to do that.
The dark place I
So
went
you
to.
restrain him. Or you
If
put
Timmy
the
were still
blindfold
alive, it'd
over
be
it.
a maybe.
It kind of like moves his head around and it like almost tries to fight you, but it doesn't have a lot of range of motion, so you're able to pretty easily do it.
Cool.
Okay. Sorry. Never mind. I'll stay put.
Well, being a skeleton chained to a wall fucking sucked.
I bet it did. For
Suck for him.
the like 3 minutes that you were there, I'm sure it was the worst thing ever.
It was. It was. So I guess we got to try and make it across that bridge.
Yeah, we didn't find anything else useful in this room, did we?
You haven't really searched it that well.
Okay. Well, let's search around a little bit more. There
Yeah.
had to have been some reason for Timmy to die other than they go meet this asshole.
I want to like go and search this wall down here for like hidden doors and passages.
Okay.
That's a
roll
D6
for
you'll
that.
roll on a
Yep.
1 and 2. I get it.
You're pretty confident there's no hidden walls right there.
All right. Clooney,
Oh.
were you searching the skeleton room?
I was just gonna look around in this larger room.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to roll those raw logs out from in front of the darts.
We might need those yet.
Might need it. And also, fuck this skeleton dude. I want to put as many obstacles between himself and any other future victims. I'll give
All
me some
right.
aviators when we get back to town.
Yeah. Anti protection from evil aviators.
Protection
Uh-huh.
from possession aviators.
Yeah. It's funny that
it.
protection from evil is like specifically it specifically prevents that from happening, but only for a turn.
I know.
Well, I think it's just down to searching the room at this point. And if we don't find anything, then we're gonna have to get creative.
Sure. Roll. Give me intelligence checks for everyone that's searching this room.
One of my other stats.
And then, are you searching this bigger room or the skeleton room?
Oops, that was not a correct roll. Sorry. It's still hardly any better. So it doesn't matter where I'm searching.
So none of you find anything in the big room.
Dan is pressing his face firmly against one of the stone walls.
Yeah, I can almost smell that there's a button on the other side of this or something, right? I just dig my face in a little deeper, as I'm probably just like,
Forgot your magnifying glass, so you're doing this instead.
Yep, you don't find anything searching this big room.
okay. Well, I guess I'll come on down. Oops, I drug myself into the pit.
Yep, don't do that.
And you're dead.
I'll just come on down here and contemplate some other way to get across this.
Well, how long is your ladder?
Not long enough. It's a 10-foot ladder and it's like a 15-foot gap.
We
I may
could throw you across
Mm-hmm.
and then use ropes. And you like we pull and throw and like we teamwork it.
Yeah. I'm a little scared about being thrown across a chasm, but
Dude,
yeah.
don't worry, North Holland's got you.
All right. I do have an idea though that I'll check something here. So that's like if we took some rope, how much of this robot danger machine is left?
So it's basically like this big wooden post with some metal reinforcements in it that's like sticking up and at a slant a little bit.
So if we tied some like rope around it to use it as an anchoring point, it would probably do that still.
You feel like it would. Yeah, it's like you have it bent to the side, but it seems like it goes a lot farther into the ground than the part where it's bent, so it kind of like swivels a little bit, but it doesn't feel like it's coming out.
So put the rope down at the bottom of it, so it's not likely to slip up on it or whatever, and then tie some rope on me, and I guess go ahead and toss Clooney to death. I might leave
Okay.
my dagger and some of my valuables behind in case I die.
I'll just get you on that side and walk away.
I'm tied to the rope at least, so theoretically
Ah.
come back. As you cut the rope while I'm coming
All
back.
right.
You
Eddie,
son
would you
of
do
a
us the
bitch.
honors?
All right, so this is just a straight strength test, Joe. Is that right?
Yep, strength test +2.
Maybe someone else hold on to the rope a little bit so that it's less dangerous when I fall for the 25 feet.
Sure.
I'll just wrap my body around the rope so that I'll have to be dragged if it snaps.
Can we tie the other end of the rope off to that post thing? The big.
That's what I did.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Good.
I at least got that done.
12.
That's a 12, Joe.
So you take Dan,
Torpedo
run.
Dan.
throw him. Doesn't quite make it, and just
Ah,
and swings and smacks into the side of the cavern wall, way underneath it. You hear this loud thunk echo out. Dan,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna take 1 damage.
That's not bad.
Could have been
It's not
worse.
bad. All right, assholes.
All again.
Let's try again.
Do better this time, please.
All right. So we'll haul him up and we'll give it another try.
Dan, I will say, as you are getting dragged up, you notice there is some, like, there's some weird slants in the wall and stuff. You notice, like, it looks like there's some mechanism underneath the bridge that would make it,
Oh,
like,
well,
you don't see, like,
What?
a button or a way to activate it on, like, around here. But it looks like there is, like, basically, if this is the bridge, you see there's kind of like
Mhm.
this cavity underneath it that looks like there's something missing from it, or maybe it's retracted into the wall.
I mean, that doesn't help me activate it, but so I don't see a mechanism around it, or like, is
No.
it somewhere I could get to, or
Nope. Well, so you just basically see like a slit for more bridge to come out of the wall.
I vote for throw.
I mean, does it look like it comes from this side?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'll tell
Because
that
you
to
look
everybody,
across the
but-
other side, you kind of know where to look, and you like judge the same height. And it looks like the other side isn't like a cavity; it's just like a little groove. So it looks
like
like
a
it
lip or something for it
extends.
to rest in.
Yeah, so it looks like it extends from your side, and then fits in that groove.
Well, there's
So
probably a
there's
button
some
of some
mechanism,
sort
but
on
you're
this
not
side.
sure where it is.
Sure aren't.
Should we look around kind of to on this side of the bridge, see if we can find any kind of mechanism?
Well, we can
And
try.
hard. I know.
Looking is free, and then you can throw me again, I suppose.
I like it.
Did we ever figure out if there was anything further down from here at the bottom of this room? Like,
Down the pit? No.
Like the base of this room.
yeah.
I mean, you haven't searched it, but it doesn't look like it.
Oh, okay. Well, if we're not seeing any obvious mechanisms or anything, tuck in. Get ready for another throw.
I'll make sure to like Superman this time.
While they do that, I'm going to try to check the actual sword mechanism thing, see if maybe it's got something to it.
Just looks like a busted up pole with a bunch of weird swords attached to it. You see like a lot of gears and mechanisms and things that go like under the ground, but they all seem to be related to spinning this thing.
Yeah, alrighty.
Alrighty.
Let's give a throw.
Let's do that. Strength check again.
Waiting anxiously.
All right. Feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. It's time to throw Dan across a bridge. 16.
That's better. It's better.
All right. Dan, you get thrown and you're just barely able to like catch the edge with your hands, and you slide back a little bit, but you get enough of a good grab that you're able to pull yourself up, and you are now across the chasm.
Okay. What do I see with my hobbit eyes?
So,
Halfling eyes, sorry.
inside this room,
Legally distinct hobbits.
Yes.
not hobbits TM.
Hobbit like.
Yeah, don't let the Gary Buseys hear you talking about hobbits.
Hobbits and inner tubes.
They're coming for me.
Okay, and then let me move the overlay a little bit.
So it's a room with a hole in it.
Yep. So you see a room with this big hole in the center.
It is the great room of Anus.
Wonderful.
And it looks like there's a hallway leading out over here.
No obvious levers or switches over here that might activate that
And also a hallway here.
platform.
You don't see any.
Well, I think we goofed up, guys. But, you know, I'm over here now, so.
And you have the rope on you.
And I
You
have the
said
rope.
if there's a big ass hole, tie your rope off to your grappling hook and hook it into the side of that hole, and we can just shimmy across.
Yeah. I don't want to really just walk up the hole just yet, so I might just kind of throw the hook over and, you know, tighten it up real good and then have them tighten up the slack on their end.
Okay. Toss the hook. Link's there. You've now got a rope going across.
Perfect. Could we
Oh.
solve this puzzle? Probably. Will we solve this puzzle? No.
No.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, you have a rope going across. It's not too hard for each of you to go across now. I'd say you're all able to reconvene on the other side.
Cool.
We are redneck solving problems.
All right. I'll go ahead and put my stuff back on. The real disappointment is that we had to leave log behind.
Yeah, that is too bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Shit
you're in this
happens.
big room. Just this giant hole here in the center. You see a hallway leading off to the north and one leading to the east.
Well, do we want to tattoo our way around this room and then stick with our following the outside wall method still?
I'm good with that.
Since we don't
Okay.
have Timmy anymore. I figure we'll just tap our way across this floor down here on our way over to this door over here.
Check.
Yep.
So you're walking over there. Okay.
I would be following Clooney as he does his tapping.
Okay.
And for what it's worth, I'm going to work the outside wall because I don't trust holes in the middle of floors.
Okay. So you inch your way around. And if Torch falls behind you like that, nothing happens. You make it to this.
I figure I might tap, you know, the tiles adjacent to us a little bit, but
Okay.
But I'm just gonna work.
So if you're tapping the tiles adjacent to you, it would be when you're right here
Mhm.
that you tap tap this spot or this tile here.
Mhm.
And you hear like this weird kind of rumble, this like low cracking sound come from the hole.
Then I'll just stop.
As you see the rope gets taut, and then what is this? There. The hole expands, and it is now a narrow path around the outside. And this inner path here, like the one tile next to the hole, is
Mhm.
slanted at like a 45-degree angle into the hole.
Oh.
So the whole floor like kind of collapses and the hole grows bigger. And it seems like the only way around is just simmering around the outside.
Well, good job me not trusting holes in the middle of floors.
Yeah, good call. Surprise. Oh, you did. You tossed the grappling hook in that too.
Yep.
Nice.
From the very start, no trust.
Mm-hmm.
So I suppose we
right.
can keep on working around the outside.
Yep. You're each able to shimmy around, and you get over here, no problem. So, as you get up here, let me reveal. You see this, a kind of like a big open room that seems to slant down a little bit. It's got like these stairs here that descend into this like pool of water.
Can I just like throw a rock into that pool of water? Just
Sure. You throw a rock in. It has this weird splash of color when you do that, but it doesn't seem to like sit on top of it like it's a slime. Just kind of bloop, sinks in. And you
Okay.
see like this weird like almost rainbow color like as the ripples spread out, and you're seeing like every side of the ripple on your torchlight. It's like rainbowing in color.
So are these ripples slower than what they would be for like water?
Only slightly. You can't really tell if it's that much slower. It looks really close to water.
I have a personal theory that I don't think my character would have.
I think we should throw some fire at it.
I mean, that's the short and the long of it. Yes.
Yeah, touch a torch to it if you got one.
I got a 10-foot pole. We can just tie the torch on the end of it and
Dab it in. I like it. Let's fucking do it.
All right. So, you take your torch and you touch it to the surface of this pool, and immediately just spreads out, and the entire surface of this water just ignites.
that
There's
is
this flash of
exactly what
light.
I expected to have happen.
And now the entire room is just covered in this slow burning flame that eventually you don't see the flames anymore, but you can still like kind of feel the heat from it, and you still see like the heat moving up from it. So it's not intense enough, but it's hard to tell if it's still burning after a little bit.
I mean, we can give it a second and maybe work our way around to this top room and just see what's up there while that burns.
Okay.
I'll
Have
continue.
you guys ever seen like a fire like that where you can't tell if it's burning anymore, just from like it's terrifying.
So
Yeah.
fire, good idea.
Definitely
Yep.
go by the heat. Yeah, alcohol fires and
Mm-hmm.
what Nova Conveyor said there.
Yep. Okay, let me move the overlay again.
We'll just let that go for a little bit, and I'll tap our way on up.
Yep.
And around the edge to this top corridor.
Tap up and around. It's when you tap right here. That a pit opens up.
Not surprised.
You peer around it. It looks to be a hallway. That goes up.
Well, either we wait for this fire to calm down or we try and go across this pit.
Well, it's a 10-foot pit, isn't it? Just get your damn ladder out.
Yeah. So we can always throw the ladder down again.
Yeah, shimmy our way across.
Sure.
Before I step off, I'll tap. Actually,
Yeah,
before
you
even that, I
reach.
might see if I can reach from this corner with the 10-foot pole to that side.
Sure. You tap. Nothing happens.
Okay. Just on the off chance it's one of those like slope traps on the other side too.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're tapping. You put pressure. You're able to reach here. From here, you're not able to reach this tile, but you don't get anything from this
That's
one.
fine. Just this one's good enough. And we'll put the ladder across to that one.
Okay.
And come up here.
Once you get across, you can tell that it seems to go up in elevation starting here. It seems like this hallway is like slanted up.
Okay. I'll do that thing that I do. Tap, 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 tap,
Yep.
tap,
Tap, tap, tap, tap. You do your thing.
Now, is it like smooth going up?
It's pretty smooth, yeah. Like the floor is like a little uneven and cracked in some places. Like it doesn't look like it's polished or anything anymore. But there's not like any really hard ridges or anything. It looks kind of smooth.
Okay. I want to make sure that's not designed for a big ball to come rolling down us.
You don't see any evidence of like a ball that's moved down.
I mean, it'd be kind of a one and done trap, but unlike the ones in that other dungeon. But okay, I'll keep on tapping my way forward.
Okay. You tap, 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 tap. It's when you get to about here and you tap, your pole goes through and you feel it like snap a tripwire. And this curtain of like liquid starts falling right in this doorway, just on the inside of it. And you see this like oil hit and starts kind of spreading going down this slope.
Ooh, we
Towards
should
you.
go the other direction.
Back it up, back it up, back it up.
Yeah.
Need everybody to give me a dexterity save that's on this slope.
You want death ray or dexterity test?
Let's just do death ray. I need to remember it should be death ray.
Oh, I'm sorry. There we go. I failed. Of course, I
Okay.
failed.
So everyone else, you run across. It's funny because Dan's last. So
Mm-hmm.
everyone makes it. But Dan, as you're waiting in line to go across your ladder, the oil kind of catches up with you and you lose your footing and you slide off, miss the ladder, and into the pit you go.
Goodbye, Clooney, probably.
Oh, that's better. I thought he was going to get lit on fire.
No, it's more just like slicking this steep incline that ends in a pit trap. I don't think it's an outright kill. Let's see.
I mean, it probably is.
Like a 10-foot drop onto spikes. He'll be fine.
Is a flesh wound.
10 damage.
I have 2 HP left.
Clooney's full of holes, but he's still alive.
Fuck you guys.
It's your
And I-
All right. So you're at
Don't
the
worry,
bottom
we
of
can
this
turn you
pit,
into a skeleton.
covered in oil. But you're still
that's
alive.
true. We could take him back to turn him into a skeleton.
That won't fix my health.
Then leave the well, it'll fix. Yeah, it will. The skeleton.
We still have 1 heal banked.
Do we?
For a hit die.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can get me out of here first. Alive.
We'll take the ladder and lower it down to you. You get your arm on it, and we'll pull you up.
So you're able to do that. Give me a strength test.
Eddie, you want to take this?
You guys are gonna double dunk me back into this and kill me.
Ah,
Since we're all doing this, Joe, what do we need to roll with?
I'd say, well, it's kind of hard for all of you to do it since it's like this narrow
Well, I'm
path that you
figuring
guys have to
one of
stand
us
on.
would be able to grab the ladder up towards the pit, and maybe one person behind would be able to kind of grab the other end and
Right. So
pull
plus
down
2.
to leverage it. Plus 2. Okay. Yeah, all 3 of us might be a bit much to have on it.
Right.
12.
12. I'd say that's enough. You're able to get Dan up. He
Gonna spend
grabs
a
on the
moment
ledge.
thinking if he wants to kill me or not.
I'm trying to like get D&D checks out of my head compared to
yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah. Because I have such a gut reaction to be like, it's not above a 16. Fail. But
Me too.
in
I
this game,
see
it's
a
not
12 and
that.
I'm like, well, that's a failure, but it honestly might not be in this. So
Yeah. In this,
Yeah,
it's
my death
lower
ray
than
save,
D&D.
I gotta hit 8 or above. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, that's not too hard. Unless you're me.
yeah,
Right. So, yeah, you're able to get out. You still have 2 HP, but you're alive and covered in oil.
Well, does anybody mind if I take that 1 heal?
it's all yours, man.
One hit die, right?
Yeah.
Do it now.
I got the most out of it at least. If
You sure did.
only I got my Constitution modifier too.
And let me mark that this is covered in oil.
So looks like we're waiting on that fire.
Yeah, and while we're at it, I'll just go ahead and light this corridor on fire too.
Okay.
That's a good idea. Burn off the oil.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll come back down here, I guess.
And
Yeah.
we'll put some orange on fire. There we go.
Nice.
So you move back. It's still hot. Seems like there was a lot of oil in this pool, so it's burning off. But you don't get the sense that it's safe to cross yet.
Well, I feel like we're kind of at a standstill then. We got to wait for one of these things to stop burning.
Yeah. Let's just hunker down.
Is there such a thing as a short rest in this?
No.
I don't
Not
think so.
mechanically, no. With that though, or I guess since you've moved into this room far enough too, and since it's bright with flame, reveal.
I mean, in theory, we could probably see down the hallway at least a bit.
You would see this. There. That's what this room looks like. So you just see like this long pool of oil burning off. It's still letting off some light. You can't see like any direct flames really.
Is it too hot for us to be in that room, like against the back wall?
No. I mean, it's relatively cold in the entire dungeon because it's like this underground cavern. Doesn't have really anything keeping it warm. So it's significantly warmer in this room, but not like dangerously. I think with that though, we're hitting 1 o'clock. So that's probably where we're gonna wrap up. We'll pick up with you guys waiting out the flame in this pool. And we'll move on from there.
There we go. We started fires at least.
Yep.
We talked about a kid doing drugs.
We did.
Sacrificed a child to some slimes.
Yeah.
Talked about a kid doing drugs and then he died from acid.
Of all the things.
Yep. All right. Well, what do we have to plug? What's going on Saturday, Sunday? Anything this week?
Yeah, we've got Saturday at what is that? That's is that 1 p.m. Central? Yeah, 1 p.m. Central to like 4. Forbidden Lands over on Free League Publishing. Sunday night, I'll be on Steam Steel Murder as Bert runs us through some more Shadowrun. Monday night, you can catch Joe, Dan, and I over on Free League Publishing for some more things from the Flood. Wednesday night, we're going to be doing a one shot that Jeremy's running for a new Kickstarter that just came out called Skullbox here on Defenders of Kobold. I'm going to be somewhere Thursday. Matt's running me through a game using the Savage Worlds rules, like Devil's Run or some shit like that. I don't fucking remember. And then next Friday, we'll be continuing Alien Charity of the Gods. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Sounds like a lot's going on.
Yeah.
We'll be back here in 2 weeks. We'll pick up where they're going. Probably be able to finish this dungeon next session. It's not a whole lot more to it. So we'll either finish next session with you guys like at the end of it or just coming out of it or something. Let's see what happens. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. It's a lot of fun. And we'll see you next time.
Goodbye,
everybody.
Have a good night.
Thanks, everybody.